Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I going to go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.
Till next time, Dynast Amir, I'm out.
Peace, fam. I hope all is well. I hope your Labor Day. That's right. Today's a holiday. I forgot. Today is a holiday. But see, we don't take no days off here at Search for Uhuru. But for some of y'all, today is a holiday. For some of y'all, today is a holiday. So, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Also, share. Also, subscribe. Also, make sure you go to dynastamir.com. Also, buy the if you have not bought the documentary yet. Okay, if you have not bought the documentary, please go and buy the documentary. Make sure you visit documentary.search for. Well, let me make it easy. Let me make it easy. Visit searchforuhuru.com, searchforuhuru.com, and buy the documentary. Again, visit searchforuhuru.com, searchforuhuru.com, and buy. Shout out to Elvis. Elvis said he bought 3 copies. I know he's trolling, but we're gonna take it for what he says. Elvis said he's bought 3 copies. So since go ahead and buy the documentary. Elvis, if you bought 3 copies, how about you buy another 3? How about you buy another 3, Elvis? That's what we want you to do, Elvis. We want you to buy another 3 copies. So go to searchforuhuru.com. Oh, he said, bro, I really did. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you. Okay, so buy another 3. But listen, shout out to Elvis, everyone, for buying 3 copies of the documentary In Search of Uhuru. Please go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, please go to searchforuhuru.com and buy. I'm gonna push this every day. This is gonna be the commercial every day. We push the documentary every day. Go and buy the documentary. I need everybody to buy the documentary. This is the commercial. This is the trailer. You got to watch the trailer. You're gonna watch the trailer every day. And you got to buy the documentary. So go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, tours. We are rolling to Sierra Leone in November. Citizenship is available to those who qualify. Again, citizenship is available to those who qualify. So please visit Danfo, 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 DANFO .Africa. Again, please visit Danfo, DANFO .Africa to learn more. So we're rolling to Sierra Leone in November for another citizenship ceremony, and citizenship is available to those who qualify. Again, citizenship is available to those who qualify, and for the most part, you got to have your DNA test, your results via African ancestry. Again, you got to have the results via African ancestry that link you back to Sierra Leone. So that's the first step. Make sure you get that, and then hit me up and let's roll and let's get your Sierra Leone passport. Okay, where's my passport at? Hold on, let me grab. Hold on a second, guys. Let me grab my passport real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Here we go. There we go. Your Sierra Leone passport. So take your DNA test via African ancestry. Your results come back. Holla at me for your and get more details on how to get your passport. Like I said, I'm taking a group in November. We got about 3 spots remaining. Again, we got about 3 spots remaining. But yeah, that's my Sierra Leone passport. There we go. Bam. So guys, make sure you do that and then holler at me. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about Afrobeat versus hip hop. And is Afrobeat taking over hip hop? And the reason why I asked this question, okay? DaBaby. Shout out to DaBaby, okay? Shout out to DaBaby, everybody. DaBaby. Well, let's start off with Burna Boy. So Burna Boy came here to Atlanta. He came here to Atlanta a couple months ago, last month, and sells out State Farm Arena where the Atlanta Hawks play. Again, sells out State Farm Arena. Where the Hawks play. Sells it out. Okay? No problem. Recently in the UK, he sold out the in fact, he sold out the State Farm Arena. He sold out the joint, I think what else? He just sold out a couple of arenas, you guys. Our brother Burna Boy. All right, he's sold out a couple of arenas. Big arenas. We're not talking about O2 Arena. That's right. And Madison Square Garden. Thank you, Trevor, and thank you, Elvis. Sold out the O2 Arena in the UK and Madison Square Garden. Meanwhile, we got DaBaby. Shout out to DaBaby. No hate towards DaBaby. And I think it was a couple other artists recently, hip-hop artists, that for the most part, when they are the main act, I guess that's the correct term, When they are the main act, they're not selling out these arenas. In fact, their concerts are being canceled because they're not selling enough tickets. Again, the concerts are being canceled because they're not selling enough tickets. Right now. Listen, right now, Afrobeats dominates. I wouldn't even say. I wouldn't even say. If you notice, all mainstream U.S. black artists now do crossover into Afrobeat. DaBaby was just in Lagos in Nigeria with Davido. They're all starting to cross over. And I'm going to tell you why. Guys, listen. You only can listen to so much. And guys, excuse my language, but, you only can listen to so much. That's a big deal. I don't think artists no. Listen, the only artist that can sell out these arenas now, Drake, Jay-Z, that's it. Jay-Z is pretty much retired. Drake is Drake. I think Drake could sell out these. I think Drake could still sell out these artists. Little Durk and Young Boy will outsell any Afrobeat artist show here. No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not going to whatever the hell Little Durk concert because I don't want to get shot. All right. Like, I don't want to get shot. I don't want to hear how many Negroes you didn't shot up. Travis Scott, too. I'm sorry, I forgot about Travis Scott. I'll give you Travis Scott, too. Travis Scott could possibly sell out. But see, Travis Scott is crossed over. You know what I mean? Chris Brown won't sell out. Chris Brown won't sell out. Nah. Chris Brown won't sell out. Nah. I'll give you Travis Scott. He probably can. In fact, I don't think Travis Scott can. For sure, Drake and Jay-Z. No problem. For sure, Drake and Jay-Z. But yeah, and Kanye. I'm sorry, and Kanye. But listen, Kanye is like crossed over, but you're right, and Kanye. I don't think J. Cole will sell out. Chris Brown ain't selling out. I'll give you Kanye, Drake, but Jay-Z is Kendrick Lamar won't sell out. Kendrick Lamar won't sell out. I doubt it. And we can have the conversation. I'll open up the lines here shortly. But Kendrick Lamar won't sell out. Kanye's selling out, though. Kanye's definitely selling out. In fact, Kanye almost sold out the Georgia Dome. Y'all can say what you want about Kanye. I love Kanye, man. In fact, I'm going to get a gold grill like Kanye. I'm going to get a gold grill. But anyways. So I give you Jay-Z, but we're not going to count Jay-Z. Jay-Z is pretty much retired. I'll give you Drake, Travis Scott, Kanye West. They're selling out. These other young cats, they're not selling out because, number one, there's going to be a fight in the parking lot. There might be a shootout in a parking lot. There's going to be a fight at the concession stand. There might be a shootout in the actual during the concert. That's what's going on. Yeah, Kanye's selling out. But all these other cats, Chris Brown ain't selling out, you guys. Yeah. Somebody said blood everywhere. Yeah, it's just not worth it. And I think people, even though people love to listen to this, this trap music and stuff, even though people like to listen to this trap music, they know that if you go to these concerts that, might be a situation. Listen, if I'm hating, if hating is telling the truth, then guess what? I'm hating. If hating is telling the truth, then I'm a hater. Like I said, Kanye West, but Chris Brown is R&B. So K&K Squad, shout out to K&K Squad. Hey, K&K Squad, email me. I need to get you on the show one day. K&K Squad, email me. I got to get you on the show one day. Listen, I put my email in the chat room. So do me a favor. Here we go. Shout out to Erica Williams. There we go, right there. U.S. rap, not inspiring dance, happiness, or movement. Yeah, I'm not going to a U.S. rap concert. I'm sorry. I'm not going. I'm not going. Now, listen, you could put Burna Boy in a lineup at Coachella, where he's not the main act, but that's Coachella. That's like a collaboration of different artists. But not Burna Boy, DaBaby, Lil Baby, all the babies, all by themselves, nah. Being the headliners, nah. Not gonna happen. They're not selling out. Because again, it's gonna be a bunch of foolishness. Hella Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers, 300Cs in a parking lot. You know, and yeah, I'm good. I'm straight. Watching some of those Afrobeat video shows the modern cool side of Africa. Yeah, ain't no one's going to no drill music concert. And also, too, if I'm a promoter, not even a promoter, if I own a venue and you talking about I'm gonna bring my drill artists in here, I'm like, hell no, nah, because I'm gonna be responsible when somebody gets shot in the parking lot. Yeah, Hellcats and Scatbacks in the parking lot. I'm good. Listen, if I show up to any event and there's nothing but Hellcats and Scat Packs and Challengers in a parking lot, I'm not going to the event. I'm not going. Yeah, I pull up, I see hella Challengers and Scat Packs and Hellcats in a parking lot. I'm not going. I'm good. I'm dead serious. I'm good. There has to be a Hellcat Challenger Charger ratio to other cars. If I see a couple, okay, I'll go. But the parking lot is, listen, guys, and this is for your safety. Listen, this is for your safety. If you pull up to any event and there's a bunch of Hellcats, Chargers, Challengers in the parking lot, just turn around, go away. It's not going to end too well. And let me read out the super chats real quick. Shout out to everybody in the super chat for the super chats. Nigeria has rules on music. They will not allow that foolery. Yeah, it's just too much foolery. Red Pill Zulu, watching some of those Afrobeat videos shows the modern cool sound of Africa. I'm very impressed. Thank you for the super chat. Then we got one more. Erica Williams, thank you, sister. U.S. rap, not inspiring dance, happiness, or movement. And then we got another. I think I read the earlier super chat. Yeah, this is for your safety. Anywhere in America, if you show up somewhere, there's nothing but Hellcat, nothing but Challengers and Chargers in the parking lot, leave. If you notice, all mainstream U.S. black artists now do crossover into Afrobeat. Yeah, they have to. Afrobeat is taking over. Somebody said, my friend in his 30s got into a bathroom fight, taking his nephew to the DaBaby concert a couple years back. He got put out, leaving his nephew in the venue alone. Yeah, man, it's just not worth it, man. I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah, man. I mean, you got to listen to the lyrics. N-word that, N-word this. I shot that N-word so dope to that N-word. Killed that N-word. Pulled up on that N-word's hood. I shot up his Challenger and his Charger in his effing hood. dumped on his mama. His mama came outside, she crying because she didn't saw her son get dumped on. You know, I didn't shot up the mama's son in front of his house. You know, mama come out crying. You know, she crying now because she lost her son. And I put that on the hood because I shot up the mama's house and the son. Pull up to the funeral, shoot up the funeral. Rest in peace, rest in peace. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So dope in the hood. Everybody's Keisha, what you be listening to, Keisha? And everybody, shout out to Keisha, everybody. Shout out to Keisha. Her birthday was this weekend. She is like 32 or something like that, 33. She the GOAT. Okay. Yeah, it gave me throat. She the GOAT. I don't see nothing. I honestly don't see nothing wrong with that. But again, the you know, yeah, but nobody listened to the clean rap music. We sold out. All right. We had clean rap music, but we sold out. We exchanged the and Missy Barr, I love it. I listen, I love with the district attorney here in Atlanta. I love what she's doing. Using these rap lyrics to prosecute people. And all she said, listen, you gonna talk about committing armed robbery and shooting folks up and robbing people, and then you go do it. We're gonna introduce the lyrics as evidence. What's wrong with that? And he really got folks up here upset about that. We don't want to be great. We don't want to be great. She literally said, listen, okay, if you commit crimes and then rap about the crimes you committed, we are going to use the lyrics against you as evidence. And you have people who are upset. Man, I listen. I'm gonna do another show on the district attorney here in Atlanta. I love that sister. Love her. Thank you. I love her. Get them off the streets. Anyone notice that Australians are taking over R&B? No, I didn't notice that. What Australians are you talking about? But hey, listen, I'm gonna put the link in the chat room. Listen, if you have not bought the documentary, make sure you go and buy the documentary. Again, if you have not bought the documentary, make sure you go and buy the documentary. Also, Sierra Leone, we are rolling. I'm in Atlanta, K&K. I'll be here till November. If you have not bought the documentary, please buy the documentary. Go to searchforuhuru.com, searchforuhuru.com, and buy the documentary. And then also, too, guys, I'm taking a group. Isoko High Life. Omote send me some Isoko High Life. I would love that. I'm taking a group to Sierra Leone in November. If you have your African ancestry DNA results and you're interested in getting your citizenship, hit me up. All right, here we go. Kasha Zulu, go ahead.
How you doing, Dynast? Peace to everybody in the chat.
Doing great.
All right. For the most part, with what you saying, man, I agree. But I don't know about the young boy part. I feel like young boy, he different from like DaBaby. Like DaBaby, he hurts his credibility a lot, like with the LGBT comments. Opposed to young boy done did a song with what that boy name is. Lil Nas X.
Okay. Yeah, he's crossing over.
Yeah, he kind of crossing over. He doing the makeup and stuff, and I feel like that's like more of the liberal lane, and it's more of the what you would say progressive. Some people would say. So like young boy, I think he get ready to go on tour right now, and they saying this tour is supposed to make him like $15 million. He charging like 500K a show, and anytime Young Boy holds a show anywhere, his fans are so loyal. They'll follow him wherever he goes. They'll fly into where he is, and
I
they'll
can't, I
go and
can't, I
fill up the
can't, I can't
stadium.
name one young NBA young boy song. Yes,
Me either.
Denny, guys, sorry. So yeah, guys. So when you buy the documentary, yes, you stream it. You download it, you stream it. So yes. All right, go ahead, Kasha Zulu. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't name one Young Boy song either. But like these young cats, bro, like they're like die hard Young Boy. I think they showed up to his court date, bro. Like he's supposed to went to court or something out there for the little Fed case he had, and they was all outside celebrating when when he got off for those charges. So like Young Boy's different. Now Lil Durk, nah, he ain't gonna sell out nothing like Burna Boy, nah. But definitely Young Boy got it. Even Kanye recently just said Young Boy is the best rapper of his generation.
Is NBA young boy? Is that who got the fighter, his daughter pregnant?
Yep. That's Floyd's that's his son-in-law.
Yeah.
Actually, Floyd Mayweather was at his court date too. So it's kind of funny that you mentioned that.
Okay, so NBA young boy, that's the cat that's like 20 years old that got like 10 kids or something crazy.
Exactly. That's the dude from Baton Rouge.
Oh
The
God.
young cat
Oh
from
my
Baton
God.
Rouge. I think he on his 10th child. I just saw like a report that said uh yeah, he about to have his 10th baby or something like that.
How you got all those kids?
Man, I don't know, man. Them niggas from Louisiana, they don't like wearing rubbers, bro.
Okay, so listen, he's 22 years old and he has 9 kids. Golly, and he got started early and had a kid by Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Man, Linnell, go ahead, Linnell.
Oh, what's going on, Dennis? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I ain't know other people listen to that piano, man. My favorite artist is Kelvin Momo, man. I listen to that. Boy,
Yeah, I'm a
that's
piano. In fact, you know what? When I was in Nigeria, they're playing I'm a piano just as much as they were the Afrobeat.
it's a female. I think her name is ODN. I can't remember if I type it in the search correct me, but Kelvin Momo, man, I listen to that. Uh, it's like a straight hour of just good music, man. It's decent, but I have to agree with you. I'm an older millennial, and a lot of this hip hop or rap, however you want to put it, whatever genre it is, it's I don't even listen to it. It gives you bad vibes. It amps me up. I don't want to be amped up like that, and it has me thinking negatively. It has me looking at people like side-eyed, and I'm like, why am I doing this? So I stopped listening to it a while ago. And you're right, when you really listen to the music, because the beats does camouflage the lyrics, but when you really listen to the lyrics, it's like, man, how many people are these guys killing? Like this is ridiculous. And I'm from Chicago. So I'm not it's rough, it's tough, man. I don't listen to it personally.
Okay, guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button again. Please hit the like button. As you guys come in the chat room, man. Listen, let me say this, guys. Okay, my African family, my Caribbean family, leave the trap music to the Black Americans. African trap music is trash. It's trash. Okay, is trash. Nasty C is trash. All of that African rap music is trash. It just don't. It's not y'all. Leave that to us. Okay. Focus on your on piano, your Afrobeat, your African jazz. Focus on that. The other stuff is terrible. But go ahead, Kasha.
Yeah, I do agree with that, Dynast. they got drill in Ghana. You know, my wife is Ghanaian.
Trash, and
Yeah,
it's trash.
it's ass, bro. Like they be like they just like it's like they want to mimic all of the degeneracy in our society. So you see Ghanaian little young guys, they sagging their pants, and it's cool that they're starting to embrace their natural hair. I do think that is one positive thing that the new generation is bringing in. But for the most part, like the brother Lionel said, the music, like the beats, disguise the lyrics, and they really talk about harming black people all the time. Whether it's like nigga this, nigga that, and like I'm in Chicago right now. I'm from Chicago too, and rappers like King Von, he would literally sit and talk about the murders he's committed. Like the people we've killed. Like, and these are all black people, and I'm not demonizing them because uh, there's a story behind everything. So there's a story behind that too, and it's not justified that he went and killed all those people. But yeah, I do agree, man. I agree that I'm a piano. I like that. I like the way it sounds. Afro beats. I definitely think that is the future because this drill music just gonna kill all of us, and that's what it's been doing.
And yes, you are correct in the chat room. British drill music, French drill music is trash as well. All drill music outside of America. I mean, the drill music in America is trash, but the drill music outside of America is dumpster fire. Like, you guys need to
At
stop
least
it.
some of it sound good in America. Like some of it, like I hear that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like
They
what
be
the?
they be talking foolishness, but yeah, it's it sounds decent, but everywhere else is just trash. Like it don't like with your guys' British accents. It don't sound right with your British accents. The bruv, what's up, bruv? I put up in the trap, bruv. My nigga in the trap, bruv, and I sprayed the block, bruv. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, bruv. I'm in the trap, bruv. Bruv. Yeah, bro. I got the dog food, bruv. I got the dog food, bruv. Yeah, bruv. I'm keeping it real, bruv, with the dog food, bruv. Yeah, it don't sound right. All right, go ahead. All right, Mr. Ifolua, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, peace to you, Donnie. Peace to everybody in the chat. Um, yeah, so I remember seeing like a chat, someone put in the chat that, they have children in the car, so they don't listen to it. I mean, I'm 37, and I have kids as well. So me, I feel like more of my more people in my family listen to it because of the different, like for example, the different age groups. Like my mom listened to Afrobeat, my aunts and uncles that's older than me. I listen to it, my children listen to it. That's like three generations right there. I'm not listening to no drill and no trap. My parents, well, my mom and like my aunts and uncles, they don't listen to drill and trap. Mainly, probably like the younger generation listen to it. But you got Afro beats and I'm a piano that's covering like about three generations right there. So, I mean, I feel like it covers more of different age ranges to me. So that's just my opinion on it. And then it's more, it's like what the brother said, man. It plays a role on your psyche when you listening to that. You know what I'm saying? You constantly hearing about, somebody smoking the ops, you looking at guns and Dracos all in the video, and you riding down on people that look like you and everything like that. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's starting to, I feel like rap becomes a one trick pony, man. It's just all about drill and trap, drill and trap, drill and trap, and that's what's selling right now. You don't get that mixture of rap and R&B, or hip hop and R&B like you did back in the early thousands. Especially when I was watching like that Murder Inc. documentary, you don't kind of like get that mixture of it now. It's just becoming like a one trick pony, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Shout out to Kimmy Mundo for the super chat. Dressing code for female musicians is a scandal. I don't know. You got to expand on that one, Kimmy. But guys, listen, I'm putting out an album next year. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. It's gonna be like spoken word. So I'm doing a book. I'm gonna put a book out, and it's gonna be like an audio experience that goes with it. It's coming out next year, y'all. Okay, I just gotta get. It's like a certain mindset I gotta get in when I write and stuff. So, I'm putting it out next year. It's gonna be like a spoken word. I'm gonna be spitting a little bit. It's gonna be fine. Like, listen, I already got it up here. So I'm gonna put it out
You gonna
next year,
put some
guys. I'm letting you guys
piano in
know.
there?
It's gonna be like, I like the old school, like I'm gonna be taking like some old school beats and sample them. It's gonna be like I already got the concept up here. It's gonna be fire. I already got the name of the album. I got the name of some tracks. Listen, I gotta have if Hustle Smart. If you watching this Hustle Smart, I need you to do an intro for me. I need Hustle Smart to come in there and do the intro. Keisha, you gonna buy my album and my book when it comes out, Keisha. All right. And if you guys have not bought the documentary yet, you need to go to buy the documentary. But darn it, next year when I drop the book with the audio experience, listen, it's gonna be fine. Y'all don't hate. Listen, y'all don't listen. Don't hate yet. At least hear it first, then hate. Okay, if you want to hate, but don't hate. I'm putting it out next year.
Dynas, you trying to get your mink slide on, bro?
By who?
Your mink slide.
Nah. Ain't no mixed slide. Nah, ain't no mixed slide. It's just, I mean, my thing is, I hear the music that's out. I'm like, listen, if everybody else could do it, I might as well put something out. I'm dead serious. I'm putting
It's
it out.
like why we don't like it's nothing innovative on jazz no more. Like we not.
But see, my stuff's gonna have like a jazz, spoken word. Like it's gonna be positive. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice.
I
So,
like that, man.
yes, sir. Go ahead, Elvis. Unmute yourself, Elvis.
Yeah, I disagree with you, Donis. I mean,
Of course you do, Elvis. Of course you do. I wasn't gonna
I know
expect you not to.
yeah,
I
you're
wasn't
keeping me
expecting you to
back there
agree
for the
with me.
longest.
Go
You don't want
ahead.
me to come here and disagree with you. But the reason I
No, you
say that
can't.
is,
Go ahead.
yeah, the reason I say that is because, you know, you're just, I guess you and the people on this platform, you're just a small subset, of people who may not like quote unquote rap music. But the vast majority of, Black America like rap music or hip hop music, whichever way you want to characterize it. Secondly, you know, Afrobeat, the money is not in Afrobeat, the money is in hip hop and rap. That's why they crave
That's
to
a
come
lie.
over.
That's a lie.
Oh,
That's
come
a
on,
lie.
Dynasty.
Can I say
That's
something
where
Listen,
real
it
quick?
listen.
How
These
much you think
artists
that
aren't
how much you think
Elvis.
Burna Berg gets a show to do a show
Can I
compared
say
to
Burner
something
Boy.
about that
Burner
real
Boy
quick?
gets $500,000 a show.
Can I
Hey,
say
I
that's
something
doubt
about
what
that real
young
I
quick?
boy
doubt
get.
it. I
That's
doubt it.
what
And how
young
many
boy
shows
get.
does he get to do? You got
He
guys in the
just he
US
just
who does a not.
Elvis. He sold out Madison Square Garden. He sold out the O2
Yeah, but that's
Arena.
that's a few show. That's not like an artist who's going on a national tour, who's going to almost every state in the United States. That's going to make
But I mean, but if you
millions of
getting
dollars. That's
500,
that's a
if
one
you
off.
getting
Maybe a couple of shows in Madison Square Garden, and then he's back in Nigeria. So it's not like he's going across the country. That's the point.
Hey,
he
That's the
hey,
point
see
that I'm
Elvis.
trying to make.
listen, he has toured, he has performed in damn near every country on this planet.
I don't know. Hey,
I got a
Burner
rebuttal
Boy
real
be
quick
making girls throw they draws at him, man.
I got a rebuttal for. So, Elvis, you said that the money's in rap music, and you say that the vast majority of people like rap and hip hop music, right?
I'll say that the vast majority of, let's say, African Americans like hip hop music over Afrobeats. A
Well,
lot of people.
what the specifically what we're talking about is a subgenre of rap slash hip hop, which is trap and drill. We're
Yeah,
not
but that's
saying
what I'm saying. That's not the majority of hip hop music. That's just a subset of it, and
right.
that's
Well,
the one that's destructive. But most people
yeah,
like,
yeah, but
you
we're
know,
specifically talking about that. We're not
oh,
saying
but then you're skewing the argument. If you're saying that Afrobeat is taking over drill music or trap music, that's different. But when you say hip hop, you're generalizing it. That encompass all kinds of hip hop music. So you can't try to skew the argument and move the goalposts.
so. So, are you saying that we can't specify a sub subgenre.
You're looking at the
of
title of the
music?
show, brother. You're looking at the title of the show.
Well,
It's
I'm going by what Dynas started off. He specifically started off with, regardless outside of the title of the show, Dynas in his speaking started off with specifically trap and drill music. Am I wrong?
well, that's what
Correct.
Dynasty is trying, because he's trying to skew the argument to his point of view. But
Okay.
his
Well,
question on the
outside of this,
title is where I'm going by.
outside saying people are skewing the argument, moving the goalposts, just basically what his talking points are. We're talking about drill / trap music, correct?
I mean, he may be talking about that, but I'm talking about the hip hop music. That's why
No,
I say I disagree with him.
well, he's the one that organized this show, but he's
Okay, so
talking
Elvis. So here we go. Let me back up. So when I first went to Africa, all right, everybody was playing They loved Tupac. They was bumping the hell out of Tupac. All I was hearing was Tupac, 50 Cent. Now when I go, all I hear is Afrobeat. So with this statement, we're not just talking about America. We're talking about Black people globally. Like Afrobeat is taking over.
I disagree with you even on Afrobeat. I think the best music in Africa is South African house music. The one problem I have with it is that I just don't understand the language, but I think it's actually better musically than Afrobeat.
We're not talking about what do you consider best. We're talking about as far as what people listen to, what's being played, what's popular. You know, Afrobeat is taking over.
Am I mistaken, or if South African house music isn't that Ampiano?
It's Ampiano.
I just got a bit
It
to
is?
say. I just got a bit.
Yeah, those are some of the best music in Africa. It's just the language is it's a lot harder to understand in West African Afrobeats, where you got some English in there that you can catch.
Up, mate. Nigga, be quiet for a bit, because we know you're coming with your own biases and agenda. So be quiet for now. Elvis, all your manipulation, I don't care. Now, Dynas, let me say something, right? Afrobeat and hip-hop, these are music genres that belong in a class that will never die, because they are so nuanced and they're full of innovations. So hip-hop is not really going to die anytime soon. You understand what I mean? Afrobeat is not going to die anytime soon. They are music genres that are not just a phase like that, like something you hear from dubstep or something like that. Dubstep came straight and died, though, but dubstep has more moved to another way. But when you're talking about hip-hop, you have seen how hip-hop has evolved over time to the derivatives we have right now, such as trap and drill and all that stuff. All that all came from hip-hop. You know what I mean? So it's gonna keep evolving. You know what I mean? Most music today, even hip-hop, is so incorporated in so many aspects of life. You know what I mean? Even in education, you know, hip-hop is incorporated there. You know that I'm not talking about the music, I'm talking about the sound, the production. The sound of hip-hop will always be. The Afrobeats is just one of those new genres that have been waiting to come. And Afrobeats has actually taken influences from hip-hop. And it's going to remain that way, because it's like, if you're dealing with Africa, it's just a wealth of nuance, a wealth of different sounds and tunes. So Afrobeats is going to remain for a long time, just as how hip-hop provides that wealth of creativity. So is it taking over? No, hip-hop is always going to have its niche there. It's going to have its niche, and it's going to have its people that listen to it. Some of them are not even open-minded enough to listen to new hip-hop. They're going back old school. They're listening to the old school stuff. They're not open-minded to listen to the new style of hip-hop. I'm not talking about the rap, what people rap about. I'm talking about the beat itself. You know what I mean? The beat, the music production itself, that will always remain. They are a different class of music. They just don't come and go like that. So,
and I agree with
Afrobeats taking over. I think Afrobeats is just one of those, is doing it for Africa, and hip-hop is there. I think people will just listen to it interchangeable, and there will be fusions. And there's none of these taking over and all that stuff. Calm down with that, Dynas. And Mr. Elvis, enough of your bullshit, bro. Come on.
And I agree with that. And that's what I was trying to point out. The subgenre that we're disagreeing with, it's destructive. We're not saying that, rap is or hip-hop destructive. We're talking about the specific subgenre of, like you said, the derivative of rap / hip-hop. That's what we're saying.
The subgenre is destructive. Is it the rappers? Is it what people are rapping about that's destructive, or is it the sound itself? Because if you talk about sound production itself, I don't think so. I think everybody has different taste buds and all that stuff. I think it's the message that's
Yeah.
perhaps not ideal. So you cannot criticize the sound itself. So if you're talking about the sound itself, the sound are being incorporated in many other fields, academic, other in presentations all the time. It's still hip hop. You know what I mean? It's still hip hop that's been used for presenting certain documentaries and all that stuff. So you guys have to see this new one. This is a class of music production that will remain for a long time to come. You understand? It's future proof. And Afrobeat just has so much of wealth, it still hasn't been uncovered yet. And I believe hip hop is also the same way. But if you're talking about the what's been rap about or what's been sung about, yeah, I can give you that. I can give you that. You know. But to say that one is taking over the other, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm speaking. Me personally, I'm speaking about the lyrics.
So, Dark Raven, what do you disagree with me on? I don't know. I think we have the same points.
No,
what do you disagree with me?
No, y'all got the
the
same.
disagreement. You try to say that Amapiano is better than Afrobeat, and I know that's motivated. I think that's motivated from your bias, man. Come on, you're not being honest there.
I don't even know who Amapiano is. I was just talking about South African house music.
I think you have an issue with the West Africans. That's where that's coming
Why
from.
would you say that? I'm West African myself.
Right. Look, I like Amapiano. I like South African music, but I wouldn't say it's entirely better than West African music.
Well, that's my opinion. You know, that's how I look at it. You know, that's just my opinion.
All right. Which West African are you? Where you come from?
I'm Liberian. I guess you didn't know that. Maybe you thought I was African American who was going against Africans, but I'm African.
All right. I just saw that's a bit disingenuous. You know, sometimes I can sense that when people are being disingenuous and all that stuff. But if that's your opinion, fine. It's a different taste buds and all that stuff. But I don't think it's better than Afrobeats. Definitely not. But that's all I was gonna say. Dynast, they are music genres in their own style, in their own class. They will not disappear. No one is taking over the other. In fact, they're just going to fuse. That's all I gotta say, Dynast. Enjoy Senegal.
Approve. I'm back in the States now, but I'm headed back to Senegal in December after Sierra Leone.
All right. Cool. No worries.
Queen Nigeria. Go ahead, Queen Nigeria. Meet yourself.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. Thank you, Prince, for letting me hear. I think with the topic Afrobeat versus hip hop, according to what Elvis was talking about, that I believe what he was trying to say is he doesn't think comparing hip hop or it thinks comparing hip hop to Afrobeat is a better comparison than using a subgenre. One thing you have to realize, Elvis, is, you see, when people say Afrobeat, most times they're actually referring to Afrobeats with an S. So Afrobeats itself is a subgenre of Afrobeat music. Afrobeat music is the Fela Kuti music, the Seun Kuti music, and all of the old school Afrobeat music. But the modern day Afrobeat is with the S. And I think that's what, they're really talking about. The one with the S, which is the Davido music, the Burna Boy and all that. So it will actually be, even under Afrobeat itself. So that would actually make the comparison, on an equal stand, because they're both under each branch. And then regarding which one is better, I don't think there is any black music that you can say this is the best of them all. People will have different opinions. But I also know that being Nigerian, I will sometimes get in a place among other Africans who are non-Nigerians, and a lot of them would, talk about how they like Nigerian music, Nigerian movies. But for people who seem to have an issue with Nigerians, they will talk about how Nigerians are just trying to take over. You even have cases where, some people from some countries in Africa have talked about boycotting African music, and even the case of Ghana recently. I mean, not all Ghanaians subscribe to this, but, generally Ghanaians were talking about Nigerian music industry doesn't support the Ghanaian industry, which historically has been proven to be false. I think I think I can say that strongly. Um, and I feel like most times it's more about an issue with the country itself, which is understandable. But regarding the quality of music, I think all black music is great, and we all get inspired by each other. Because even if you listen to the Afro beats with the S now, you can hear a little bit of piano in it. Like you listen to the Buga, you can hear that piano beat in it. But it's
Let
still
me let me
mostly
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick. Have you spent a lot of time listening to Southern African music or Eastern African music
okay.
relative
So
to West African music or Nigerian music in particular?
okay, so to answer that, I will actually ask you what is the oldest South African song you know? Can you
The point.
sing? Wait. Can you sing me a Brenda Fassie song right now? Because she was really big in South Africa, the whole of
Well,
Africa.
yeah, of course, I know a lot of Brenda Fassie music. You
Okay,
know,
can you go one,
so
two, three? Yep.
no, no, I'm not gonna perform for you. But the question that I'm asking you is that I just want to see how diverse your music taste is before you
Wow.
can say what's better than
Um.
the other one. I just want to know if you
Okay.
listen to just at West African music or do you venture
Okay.
into other
Okay.
I don't
African
think
I'll
she said
music?
answer
something
that.
is better or other than not.
I'll
I think she
answer
was,
that.
yeah.
I'll answer that. Like I said, I don't think anyone is better than any. But regarding how much I listen to other music than the two genres we're talking about, I've all my life growing up, I've listened to different African music from different places. I grew up listening to Brenda Fassie. I can sing a whole album. I mean, I won't get the lyrics because I don't speak the language, but I can just sing like do the sound like
And the same here. So
offhand.
I'm asking you a
You know,
specific question.
I hold on. I sing Mapuka music from Ivory Coast. I dance Mapuka. I listen to even even the Seven Day Adventists, the Kenyan song, even the old school Kenyan song. Songs and Sina Makosa, the old school Congolese music. I mean, old school, not Awilo. I listen
Do
to
you
a
listen to
lot of African
Congolese
music.
rumba? Do you listen to Congolese rumba
Yes,
music?
I know
Some of the
rumba.
best music
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Africa. I mean, a lot of people just know
Listen,
only West African Afrobeats.
there is
They
no
don't they
best.
don't venture into the other African music in Central
Listen,
Africa,
listen.
But
in Eastern Africa or Southern Africa.
Elvis, that wasn't the argument. The argument is like which is
Right.
most popular. Because wherever I go, Elvis, they wherever I go in Africa, they bumping Afrobeat everywhere I
Right.
go.
And I want to
Everywhere.
reiterate the argument is not what's better is not the
Exactly what
argument.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the argument is not what's better than this or that. That's not the argument. It never has been an argument since the show started. What we're trying to say is this specific subgenre is destructive. What you came on to say, oh, this is better. Have you listened to East African music? No, we're not arguing about that. Okay, I'm not
No,
saying
no,
East
that's
African.
brother.
I'm
That's
not
not the
saying East.
topic. That's not the topic. It's
No,
not the topic.
no,
Is not is
you're
drill music destructive? Is that Afrobeat is taking over hip hop, and I disagree
okay.
with that statement
Okay,
right there.
No,
That's
it's
my
a
point.
it's a
Dinus.
Elvis,
question. It's just a question. It's the question is hip hop taking over Afrobeats? They're
No,
all
it's the
nice.
other way around.
They're all nice musical genres, but no, Afrobeats is not taking over hip hop. I look at the Billboard Hot 100. I don't see Afrobeats in there for the most part. I see hip hop, I see
We
R&B,
agree
I
right there.
see
That's my
pop
point.
music. We see, so
okay.
I'm looking at it from the Billboard's Hot 100. I'm looking at it in the UK charts.
Can I
I
also
don't
say
see.
something?
Wait, let me just finish before
Okay,
that. I
okay.
don't see Afrobeats taking over. Afrobeats is nice, but what Afrobeats is doing now is not different. It's not different from what dancehall was doing in the 90s when you started having all these dancehall artists like Shabba Ranks doing videos with Black American hip hop artists. Is the flavor of the month. It's good, but it hasn't got the longevity of hip hop. Hip hop has been around for more than 30 years. Afrobeats hasn't been doing that. New Afrobeat like Burna Boy has not been doing that.
With
So
the
in the
S.
moment in the charts, hip
And
hop R&B is dominating.
I've
Period.
been a Burner Boy fan since he was with Larrick, the Wicked producer. So I've been with Burner Boy for a long time. I knew his music a long time ago, even when he was in the UK, living there before he got deported. So it's not that I hate Afrobeat. I love Afrobeats, but I'm trying to tell you there are other genre of African music that you have to listen to and see what's going to be your flavor. But in terms of crossing over, Afrobeat is the one that's doing the most crossover because they speak, for the most part, they speak English, you know. But like Southern Africans and Congolese who mostly speak French, or Kenyans, who might speak more Swahili or other, what Eastern African language. It's harder to cross over because most people just won't understand the music, But
Unless
musically,
Well,
I think
Cameroon, where you're from, in the south, they mostly speak English. So why isn't
I'm
it
not I'm not
crossing
from
over
Cameroon.
as
I'm
much?
from
Oh,
Liberia.
Liberia, sorry, they speak English, right? So why isn't it
yeah.
crossing over as much?
Oh, did you even understand what I said just now?
It's a question I asked. Why
No,
isn't
I
it?
said Afrobeats is crossing over mostly because these countries are English speaking countries. So you can come to the United States and have some,
Liberia
Afrobeat
is English
music.
speaking where you're from, right?
Hold
So
on,
why
hold on,
isn't
sister.
it
Let me
crossing
let me
over
let me
as
get to my
much?
let me get to my point. Let me get to my point. So if an artist like Davido or Burna Boy comes to the United States, you might have some Yoruba mixing his music, but most of the time is it's a lot of English in there, and you can communicate with the artist that you're trying to collaborate with. Whereas South African music, most of the time they're speaking, either Zulu or Xhosa or whatever. It's harder to understand that music, but just musically, those music in my ears sound better than most West African Afrobeat beats music. That's the point that I'm making.
Okay, you
That's
have
my
the right.
opinion.
Okay.
You're right. You have the right to your opinion, but regarding what Prince Dynast said earlier on, I think I quite agree with him on that. There was someone who came on the show and said, the sound is different from the lyrics. The sound could be different from the lyrics, and if the fact is, when the younger generation want to listen to the sound because they love the rap sound or the sound of this music, you can't separate the lyrics from the sound, and the lyric influences the community negatively, especially him being someone that comes from that community and has seen firsthand the the impact of violence and such kind of negativity in his community. I believe he speaks with a deeper understanding of why the lyrics is not necessarily positive. And I find that even now, I mean, not just now, like for a while now, even Afrobeats, sometimes, the the lyrics is not necessarily the best either. Like you have this I need Igbo and Shayo. What is Igbo? Igbo is marijuana. Shayo means alcohol. I don't want my child singing he needs Igbo and Shayo, right? But it's not really most times talking about, gang banging. You know what I mean? So I think you can separate the lyrics from the sound, but at the same time you can't, because you can't listen to the sound without the influence of the negativity in the lyrics. And that's something, as community, the African American community should at least try to work on.
Whoa,
Right,
whoa, whoa,
sure.
whoa,
So
wait a minute. What are we now dictating to what the African American, Black American community should do?
I said I think that is what they should try. I didn't say that
Oh,
is what they must work on. Okay, that's
the
a suggestion.
history of Black American music and just the success of it is far superior than African music,
Okay.
right? And I'm an African saying that, right?
Yeah.
So you can't compare Afrobeat in terms of the success that hip hop or even rap music has had in the United States or globally over the past 10 years just alone. So I'm not hitting on Nigerians or other West Africans. It's just a fact. And when Dinah say that, he's probably trying to be provocative, but the reality is, rap music, hip hop music, pop music in the United States is still the biggest genre of music in the world. And I don't think Afrobeat is
yep.
going to come even close to that.
That,
That's
that,
just a
that,
fact.
that's not when you say, Elvis. When you say the world, that's not true. Because again, when I'm in Africa, again over the years, it's changed. I hear nothing but Afrobeat. Before they was listening to Tupac and 50 Cent. So again, when you say the world, no.
I
Yeah,
think I
when I was a
understand what
kid
Prince
growing
was
up in
saying.
Lagos, though, when I was
Yeah,
a kid
yeah.
growing up in Lagos, I used to hear juju music and Fuji music, depending on the neighborhoods I went to. But juju and Fuji music by King Sunny Ade was not dominating the charts internationally, but it was doing well within the Lagos environment. But so I guess, yeah, you can say within certain parts of Africa, Afrobeats is doing well. But let's be honest, Afrobeats is a mixture of hip hop
Of
and
hip
R
hop. There
and
you go,
B.
brother. I mean, you're talking sense, and I agree with you on that point. It's a mixture of hip hop. You know how much influence Africans get from African American music, and they incorporate it into their music. Come on, man.
Um, when Larry started speaking, I was actually gonna say that. I really think, back in the days, the start of Afrobeats with a S, was really a mixture of Afrobeat itself and hip hop, right? And hip hop did have a strong influence on modern day Afrobeat. But as it stands right now, the sounds are different.
Well, how is it different? Igbo and Shayo is R&B, like American R&B.
It's no. It's Larry. I grew up on R&B. Afrobeat is clearly different from,
Burna Boy.
Your Aaliyah. Your Burna Boy is clearly different from, your Keith Sweat,
So wait,
your Johnny Gill.
wait.
And
It's
you
clearly
don't
Dynas,
even
wait,
know
wait.
you don't even know Burna Boy
wait,
that well,
Elvis,
because Burna
hold
Boy
on,
started
Elvis.
doing reggae music.
Dynas,
He just now switched over to
I'm just gonna,
Afrobeats.
Dynas, I'm going to ask you, are you telling me that Igbo and Shayo is not heavily based on Black American R&B?
No, but what I'm saying is it's clearly different. Like you can say heavily based, but if you take a Black American and you give him Burna Boy and you give him Johnny Gill, New Edition, Silk, it's a clear difference. Like it's a clear difference.
But he will hear the Black American will hear his music in Igbo and Shayo.
No, I would say this: the Black American will hear more dance hall or reggae in Afrobeat than we will hear R&B in Afrobeat. It's a clear difference.
Not
No,
Burna Boy's latest
you
singles.
have artists like Omale who's doing more R&B, style music. You got Nigerian singers who play more on the side of R&B, and you have Burna Boy
Listen, I'm very
who does
familiar
more
with the
dance
Nigerian
music.
artists, but it's clearly different from R&B. It's clearly
Okay,
different.
then I'm going to throw another spanner in there. Going all the way back to the sacred one they call Fela Kuti. His Afrobeat.
Right.
That was
Correct.
heavily based on Black American music, jazz and funk.
I agree, but if you take Fela, right, and you take Miles Davis said Fela was the baddest musician ever. That's for Miles Davis. So if you take Fela and you take Black American jazz, R&B, hip hop, it is a clear difference. Even though you're right, Afrobeats was influenced by you want to say Black American music, that's fine. But there's a clear difference between Afrobeats, Fela Kuti, than the Black American R&B or jazz, whatever you want to call it. You can tell the difference.
Well, put it this way: if you look at Igbo and Shayo and you play the instrumental, and you don't play Burna Boy's voice, you just play the instrumental, and that gets played in a club in, say, Brooklyn or something, they're gonna think, "Hey, it's Tony Braxton or something."
No, I don't think so.
Because
I don't think so.
it sampled Tony Braxton's song. It sampled He Wasn't Man Enough. That's what he sampled. That whole beat is from Tony Braxton's song.
I still don't think so. I still don't think so, because when you hear Afrobeat, there's a reason it's not called hip hop. There's a reason it's called Afrobeat, because it sounds clearly different.
It's mostly about the beats. That's where people like the music, because it's dancing music. It's butt shaking music. That's really what it is.
Even the beats is still different. There's this guy, I don't know his name. He's on Instagram. He will play like a regular American song, and he will play at the end of it what it would sound like if it was Afrobeat. Then he will add the Afrobeat, and you could see the clear difference with the beat itself.
I think. Sorry,
I would agree. Can I get in? I would agree. There is a this difference. You can hear a little of the hip hop influence. I think if anything, you'd hear more of a reggae influence, but it is its own music. And I personally believe that after a few years, I do think it's gonna, maybe, I don't know how much in the United States, but the world is not the United States. Throughout the world, it's moving. It's all across Africa, all across the Caribbean. Everybody loves Afro beats. It's moving. Latin America is picking it up. The Middle East is picking it up. So I think that this is the music that people are gravitating to, because it has a soul to it. It has it's happiness, it's joy, it's diverse. They sing about different things, and it has that African flair to it. And Caribbeans can relate to it because the pidgin is similar to the patois, and it have like some of the beats we're familiar with, and I guess the other beats as well. So I think over time, it's still young. As far as the introduction to the West, I think it's going to take over eventually. Hip hop has had a very long run versus Afro beats, but it is not the same as hip hop. I don't know where you're hearing that. It's very different.
Nobody said it's the same as hip hop. What
This
was
It's not
said
even
was that
similar.
it borrows heavily from hip hop and R&B.
I would disagree. I think if anything, it's more of a reggae influence, but I wouldn't even say that. I think it's still its own distinct music.
Okay.
That's just me.
This is Mizonic. Let me jump in real quick. I'm a Liberian artist actually, and I do Afrobeat. What I would say is, I don't think Afrobeat is taking over hip hop. Hip hop has been around for a very long time, and if you look on the Billboard charts, you might see one or two Afrobeat songs, and that's it. I think it's almost like a trend right now, and we're hoping that it will stick around because dance hall had his moment for a long time. As far as international music, dance hall was the music that everybody listened to, and right now it's Afrobeat. We just hope that Afrobeat would stay a long time around instead of like kind of fading away. But I don't think it's taking over hip hop. Hip hop has the history, and it's so many different parts of hip hop there that's monetized. When it comes to even the break dancing, a lot of Asians are doing the break dancing and making tons of money just off of that aspect of hip hop. Then you come to the fashion, everywhere around the world when you travel, people are dressing like hip hop artists, basically. So as far as the entire culture of hip hop is gonna stick around for a very long time. But Afrobeat, we hope that it will still do better 2 years from now. It's still gonna grow as it's been growing over the last 4 or 5 years, and that's really what I see with this conversation. But
Mo Alpha, go ahead, Mo Alpha. Mute yourself, Mo Alpha.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes,
hello.
you can hear you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. I mean, like, I'm new to this platform. Peace and blessings to everyone. I'm African. I'm Nigerian. I'm a millennial, and I remember a time when growing up here, all we listened to was mostly foreign music. So
Yeah.
I think our artists here had to work very hard
Yeah.
to battle that whilst finding a way to be true to themselves. I think what we're seeing now is the product of decades of playing with sounds and finding the right balance between seeming similar enough to tap into established trends whilst having an authentic voice that is truly distinctly African. I think that's the foundation upon which a lot of the success that we're seeing is built. Because I mean, I've been watching a lot of, I think Leo Cohen, I believe, I can't remember this guy that partnered with Irv Gotti and all these people that they were involved in like a lot of the success in
Right, the 6'6" Israeli that all the black rappers complain about that screws them over. But yeah.
Yeah, but like he was talking about how like because he did an interview I think called Pulse Nigeria here, and he was talking about how like the melodies that we have, they're distinctly, there's a lot of stuff like that, like Burna Boy's "Yeah." That's something that if you're Nigerian, it cannot be replicated. It's authentic, so it's something that you see, but if you haven't gone through the Nigerian or the African experience, you can't just. It's not something you can fabricate. You can't mimic it, and I think that's what's really that's what's earning some of the respect that is now being bestowed upon the genre, if you will. And then this whole Afrobeat thing, I think it's I don't know, semantics, I believe is the correct term. I stand to be corrected, but I'm just glad that we have something, because it's doing a lot of, I think, good PR for Nigerians, for West Africans in particular as well, but mostly Nigerians, because we have this bad rep internationally. It's good for us to be seen in another light, and it's really joyful music. It's, and then like with the twist, like with people like Burna Boy who bring like a socially conscious element to it as well sometimes. speaking truth to power and stuff like that. It's really a good time. I'll try and do more listening and see if I can contribute going forward. But thank you.
And to contribute to what you just said, Mo Alpha, I really think it's a good time. I would personally say it's the best time ever seen in Afrobeats history. And yes, I definitely agree with you. Growing up in Nigeria as a millennial, I remember back in the days, Nigerian movies, the love scenes you hear, I swear, you hear things like when the rain comes down, you hear this American music, but now, I think all around Africa, and other parts of the world, it's really taking off, I would say. It's not at its peak yet, but it's definitely taking off. And I think when Prince Diners talks about the Afrobeat taking over, that word statement in particular, for me, how I interpret that is in terms of, like, say, shows, selling out shows. Afrobeats is doing a large volume of shows right now all around the world. Like, if sometimes we focus on Burna Boy, Davido, and Wizkid, forgetting that the other, I don't want to say underdogs because I don't want to,
the new generation.
The newer generations, like the what's the name?
Fireboy.
Thank you. They're always somewhere in France, and they're everywhere. Like it's just so, it's just so much.
Decades of steady work, really. Steady work.
What you just said about shows. So when you talk about music, you have to talk about the business aspect. You have to do it. Dynast,
Are shows not business?
Dynast, if you can remember, there was a time in Atlanta where the franchise boys, all these guys was getting signed. We talking about $1 million deals on the table. We want to see more Afrobeat artists get those types of opportunities.
No, but after they got screwed over by Leo Cohen, they didn't have shit to show for it.
Right. Bro, no. Is Afrobeat on American music station? Is it on the radio in the United States?
Yeah, they're playing all that shit here in Atlanta. They're playing Burna Boy, Tim's, Wizkid song with Tim. The song with Wizkid and Tim. They're playing that shit on rotation all the damn time. Hell yeah.
Okay, they're playing them, but I don't think there are record labels here in the US that's responsible for that. Those artists have money to put into promotions or their management
and Menzonic. That's my point. And that's my point I'm trying to make. These Afrobeat artists are making so. In fact, Akon said that these the amount of money these Afrobeat artists are making are putting these American hip hop artists to shame.
Right.
No, only a few Afrobeat musicians are really making top money like that. Like the Davidos, the Wizkid, not all Afrobeat artists are making mad money.
They are making money because they're not signing these 360 deals and all these deals that they're signing with Leo Cohen that somebody brought up that they're crying about. They're not signing these.
But in the 90s, the dancehall artists were making loads of money in the 90s. Shabba Ranks, Bounty Killer, what's it, Beanie Man? What's the other guy? The guy Buju Banton, and they were doing videos with the hip hop artists. But they didn't take over hip hop.
You also have to realize that this is not the 90s
They didn't take up yet. The point is, I'm giving you a history. Plus, the millennials here, I'm sad to say, but you guys, I'm sad you didn't say anything about Shina Peters, Sunny Ade, Ebenezer Obey.
Because they're not Nigeria, in the late
but
2000s.
The point is you are too heavily concentrating on the 2000s. You need to understand the history of trends, how music comes and music goes. You can't just concentrate on your millennial period as if that period dominates and defines what's happening historically. Okay,
you're right, bro.
The millennial period does not define, but when you look at the topic,
the way you talk, you make it sound like it does.
No, it doesn't define it. I was just, adding to what Mo Alpha said regarding growing up in the 90s. There was a lot of, foreign music being listened to. Even in the movies, it was a lot of Indian movies.
That's what I mean. You are wrong. That's not true. There was American music, but there was also Nigerian music.
Like High Life music too is another good Nigerian music.
There was Nigerian music.
High Life is
in the 90s. It originated from Ghana. There was Nigerian music in Nigeria in the 90s, but not anywhere like it's way more Nigerian music now, way more than it was in the 90s. You know, that's no doubt. It's clear. You can see it.
No, that's fine. I was just correcting you when you said that in the 90s, all Nigerians were doing was listening to foreign music. I was just
No.
pointing out
I
that
think
that wasn't the
that
case.
must have been a mistake from my own part.
Okay,
It's not
all right
all.
then.
It's not all.
So I'll
Thank you.
just reiterate what I said. I'm
Yes,
happy that
yes.
Afrobeat is doing well. I'm happy that hip hop is doing well. But Afrobeat will not take over hip hop. Hip hop is doing well. It's dominating the charts. It's making money. If the Afrobeat artists do it in the next 20 years, maybe we can say that. It hasn't got the same pedigree as hip hop. Hip hop has been around for decades.
All the same reach. You know, in Scandinavia, you think they're listening to Afrobeat or more hip hop music? You got people like Snoop Dogg going to Germany to perform, to Sweden, to these different countries. You think they got Afrobeats over there like that? Of course not. And the one thing that's driving Afrobeat so much is the immigrant population.
Hold on. Let me interject. Let me interject. So, like somebody said in the chat room, Europe and America is not the damn planet. Like, I mean, there are more people in
That's
Africa.
where the money is. That's where the money is.
That's not true. That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. The richest black man on the planet is in Nigeria.
Compared to the richest man on the earth, where is he at, and how much? What's the gap between the gulf between their wealth?
I'm talking black. Okay, right now, as far as wealth, I'm talking black people. Okay, okay, the richest black people are on the continent in Nigeria. Kidola, go ahead.
Thank you, Dennis, for allowing me. You see, Elvis, you have some kind of secret hatred in Nigeria in your voice. You're just hiding it. You have to come to Lagos and see how these guys, they're sleeping. These guys play with sound, they play with
I have
beating.
Nigerians in my family.
Hold on. You have annoying
You
voice.
sound like sorry, Elvis. I'm not. This is
You
not
have a
intended to
secret
be
hatred
rude.
of Nigeria.
This is not intended to be rude, but you sound like a Karen who would, be corporate and then say, "I have black friends."
These
That's how
are
you
South
sound
Africans
like.
behave. Come to Lagos and come and see how these boys. If these boys are not sleeping, these boys they practice, they play with sound. You see, Nigeria have what called strugalistic kind of lifestyle. These guys, the way Nigerian people speak and the way Nigerian people behave, that's what you see in the Afrobeat. It's not just, they're just forming it. This is authentic. Nigeria have what called a German type of lifestyle. Even with the suffering, they have what called playful type of lifestyle. They joke, they play around, they make all kind of statement. And even fella, if you check fella music, you say, tell me, ayakata, these are kind of like stories telling everything. So these boys play with sound, and these are the sound because they are more technology in this nowadays lifestyle. They could use this technology and start looking for these beatings and everything. Most of them, like Wizkid and Burna Boy, they all use fella type of beating actually anyway. You say it's only that
So Ola, you think Afrobeat is taking over hip hop?
It's not taking over hip hop, but Afrobeat is just coming because
we agree.
Hold on, Afrobeat have what called positivities in some of their music, enjoyment, happy and everything. That's why both white and black actually love this type of music. So you having some kind of said, this or that. If you live in America, when these boys started this music, these guys never really chase the American market or anything. They just chase Nigerian market. They just chase what Nigerian people will like. These guys were not thinking about, will America like it or will UK like it? No, it was in you have to say Nigeria diaspora is about 30-something million.
Can I
interject real quick? 30-something million people.
Liberia is about 4 million.
Who miss Nigeria?
I don't think anybody's trying to down the fact that
you have some secret. Look in your voice. Look, we know some Africans are highly jealous.
That's your own insecurities and projection you're doing right now. Nobody is hating on you. Who's hating on you? What are you saying?
You do have insecurity. I'm a Nigerian. I don't have insecurity. You have insecurity.
you have insecurities in the north. So if you're in Nigeria, you have insecurities in the
north. Listen. This is Mizonic. This is not Elvis, man. Look, we love the contribution Nigeria.
You don't want to put the work, but you put a work on secret jealousy.
No, no, no,
Don't
no,
come and
no,
say this boy do
no.
this.
Bro,
Nobody,
Nigeria is the
Send us
giant
a
of
video.
Africa. You guys will always be
nobody, no.
first in a lot of things in West Africa, especially. So we
So
respect
don't
Nigeria.
have this kind of
So we're not.
secret
I'm not hitting
voice
on
tone, the way you
Nigerians. That's
sound
not
and
what I'm doing.
everything.
Nobody is
Put in the
hating on
work. Put in
Nigerians,
the
man.
work.
Like
Put in
we
the work. Have investment on it.
listen, brother.
The Nigerian music.
Hey, kiddo, okay, kiddo, calm down, kiddo, calm down. Go ahead, Mizani, go ahead.
I'm saying we're not, nobody is hating on Nigeria. We actually respect the fact that you guys are pushing Africa forward. You know what I mean? We respect that because Nigerians are able to do a lot of things that other people are not able to do because number one, your population is high and we appreciate that. But at the same time, we talking about is Afrobeat taking over hip hop. That's the main topic here, and that's not the case.
And the answer is no. Right.
The answer is no. If you look at the charts all around the world, if you look at the Australian charts, the European charts, or UK charts, or American Billboard charts, Afrobeat is not taking over hip hop in no case. So that's the main thing here.
But the world is not limited to America, Australia.
The Asian charts, Afrobeat is not even in Asia like that.
Exactly.
So what are we saying?
Is Asian music in Africa? I think that.
So no, when you talk about the world, we're trying to include all these different continents that encompass the world.
I'm asking you, is Asian music in Africa?
Dynast, what place are you talking about? Are you telling us that within the African continent, Afrobeats has taken over hip hop? Okay, I'll agree with you there. But then, can you agree that outside of Africa, Afrobeats has not taken
what
over?
What I'm saying is, outside of Africa, Afrobeat is slowly gaining and taking over hip hop. Because
it's not overtaking. It's slow. It's gaining popularity. It's not even overtaking. It's not even equal to hip hop yet. Before it's overtaking it.
Gaining on hip hop.
And that should be the topic of the show tonight. It's slowly gaining momentum. It's gaining popularity.
Right now, put it like this. Right now, Miss Obari, you got to turn off the playback, sister. Miss Obari, turn off the playback.
Okay. Miss Obari.
Okay. What I'm saying is, on the projected path, if you want to say that's the right term, that Afrobeat, if it keeps going the direction it's going, and with the direction that hip hop is going, I think Afrobeat will overtake hip hop.
No.
Wait. We can come to a compromise here, so we can agree. In America, in the UK, and all that place, Afrobeat has not taken over hip hop, but in Africa,
not yet.
No, okay.
Not yet.
Okay, fine. We can then agree that maybe in the future it will do it. Maybe.
Let me ask Dynast a serious question. When you say taking over hip hop, what exactly are you saying on the radio is only going to be mainly Afrobeat songs versus hip hop? Or are you saying when it comes to deals that will be signed on the table for Afrobeat artists? I really want to understand this question. Or are you talking about just the popularity? Like everywhere you go, you're going to hear Afrobeat music. I mean, I really want to understand what that taking over hip hop means. Because
Afrobeat is not even on the same level as K-pop in the United States. Right. So what are we saying?
It's not the same level as what?
Come on.
K-pop, Korean pop music.
What?
Oh, get the hell out of here, Elvis.
You're only looking at a subset of black culture. You're talking about the American culture. Do you know how popular K-pop music is in American culture?
How popular K-pop is in American
in white American culture, in the entirety of American culture.
Elvis,
I'm not saying I'm a K-pop fan. I'm just trying to tell you there's a lot of people that listen to K-pop. You know, there's a lot of people, a lot of these Asians, these Asian immigrants, white kids that like anime and stuff like that is very popular amongst them. So I'm just telling you that. You don't know about it, but I'm telling you it.
Nobody
Yeah, it may not be popular amongst black people, but in white American culture, it's quite popular. In Asian American culture, it's quite popular.
Burna Boy has had the
why
number
are
one
you
song.
trying to base yourself on white America? And then later you come cry about racism from white America.
Exactly.
Said K-pop.
You'll never hear me crying about racism. I never cry about it.
Oh my god!
So
you don't even know what K-pop is. So how can you know if it's popular or not? You didn't even know what K-pop is.
I used to live in Koreatown. Hold on.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the Dynast right now.
I used to live in Koreatown in LA. I know exactly what K-pop is. Those feminine.
Okay, what's one of the biggest K-pop group?
Oh, it don't matter, Elvis.
Why would I want to know that?
I'm trying to tell you that other imports of music in the United States are quite popular as well. It's not just Afrobeats, but in America there would never be an imported music that would be more popular than American music. We have to understand that America set the trend for music and culture in the entire world.
You know, it's so sad to see an African basing the success of Africans by what American defines as a standard. America would never agree that you're better than them. Period.
Oh my goodness.
So you're saying Afrobeat music is better than American music?
I didn't say any is better.
Why not?
I'm saying America would always define themselves as the best in the world.
Actually?
America is the center of the world, culturally, economically. It is what it is. That's why you had American music in Africa all those years back. You had American music in Africa and all over the world. You have American music there. So we can't deny that fact. It's been that way. They export their culture. That's their number one export. It's American culture.
Then I'm gonna pass it to Miss Ibarra. But again, like I said, when I started going to Africa 2011, all the Africans were listening to Tupac and they were listening to 50 Cent. Now when I go to Africa, is everywhere I go, doesn't matter the country, French speak. I'm in Senegal. They know the English lyrics to Burna Boy and DaVito. They're singing it. Gambia. Everywhere. I'm here in America. They're playing that the WizKid song with Tim's. That was on play here on the radio station here in Atlanta. Like you were hearing that song more than anything else here in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta when that WizKid dropped with Tim. So what Burna Boy is selling out here in America. Selling out. So slowly it's creeping up. But as far as Africa, Afrobeat is taking over in Africa. And it's slowly happening in the UK, slowly happening in the US, because people are just tired of listening to that. I shot this Negro, I killed this Negro.
You're talking about drill hip hop. You're talking about drill rap. It's not the entirety of hip hop. It's not the entirety of hip hop, Linus.
The majority of hip hop that's being played. I shot this Negro.
Afrobeats with the S is not the entirety of Afrobeat either.
You're
so
right
that's equal.
People want substance.
But Chrissy, ask your question and pass to Missy Barr. Go ahead, Chrissy.
Yeah. Oh no, I was just saying that people want substance. So yeah, eventually that's what people like. Your soul will gravitate towards substance. The who shot who killed who. People tired of that. You know, just naturally, your natural inclination is going to be towards rhythms, soul, love, positivity,
you consume negativity. When you consume negativity, you start having a negative mindset in terms of, always listening to talks about gang violence in the name of music.
Like people who are eyes are open to get tired of that stuff. Even I can tell you in the Caribbean, dance hall is kind of because dance hall has taken on this whole trap dance hall thing, which is garbage. Nobody likes it. For the most, except for the people in the ghetto. No, that's the only people really listening to it. Everybody's just on Afrobeats. People, no one hear about who killed who and all that. They want soul. They want life.
And Africans. One thing I just noticed is we look at the American charts and say how many Afrobeat songs are this and that on the US charts. Have you asked yourself how many American songs are this and that on the Nigerian charts? Exactly. Why don't we hold them up to our standards? Why must we hold our own selves up to their standards?
That's not what the point was. The point was already discussed that outside of Europe is the music dominating in the continent of Africa, and the question is it going to dominate the world? Right. So you can't come up with a statement like that and say you don't really care what's happening in America and UK.
You said it. If you listen to this again, go back and listen to yourself. You did say several times that how many Afrobeat songs are on the American chart.
Yeah, did you actually listen? Wait, did you actually listen to what I just said? The question is it going to take over hip hop internationally? If it's not dominating the charts in America or the UK, then it's not going to dominate internationally. It might do well in the
American culture is the dominant culture in the world. American culture is the dominant culture in the world, and hip hop is part of American culture.
Are you actually listening to what I'm saying before you argue? We're asking, is it going to dominate the whole world? Good. If it does well in Africa, that's nice. That's the question of the day. If you don't like it, take it up with the host. Don't get upset.
Why does it need to be?
Will dominate the world. Give it time.
Why does it need to be
longer?
You know, the world is bigger than America and UK.
Well, take it up with the host.
Thank
That's
you.
the question. Christ.
Everybody, let me just, I'm about to get off. I just thank you, Donis, for bringing me on. Everybody, please check out my album, Africa Welcomes the World. It's an Afrobeat album. Y'all gonna enjoy it. It's your boy Mizani. Peace out.
Bye.
I hope you do well in your album, but you should stop hating on Nigerians because Nigeria do you nothing.
Okay. Let's pass to Miss Barr. Go ahead, Missy Barr. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, as usual, alafia to every single one of you and everybody on the platform.
Even to Elvis.
Yes, why not? That's the entire point, right?
No, I was just kidding. Alafia, back to you,
Listen,
sister.
we as Africans, and particularly us have black folks, wherever we are on the planet, we have problems. And our problem is we don't acknowledge what is us unless somebody white is telling us that they like it.
True.
What do I look like? Saying, being happy because Korean like my music. I don't give a shit if they like it. Now,
Do we like their music?
I don't even know what the Korean music is. I've never listened to it. I don't even know Korean sings.
So you won't know how popular it is in the United States because you're not familiar with it.
Listen, I never checked them out. How about that?
Elvis, that shit ain't, hold on, stop it,
Because
Elvis, that shit ain't popular in America. Stop it, Elvis. It's not,
Because-
nobody's listening to damn K-pop.
Listen, I have enough genre within, let's just say, even Nigerian music, right? And I'm talking about you going back to, because everybody is talking about Afrobeat. Those guys that you see today, Burna Boys, Davido, all of them also have people back home to look that they can look back into. Wasiu, Fuji, right? Barista, right? All the Orlando Award, Kayode Fashola. We have a lot of old, not just Fela, because everybody talk about Fela as if Fela is the only Nigerian musicians, right? Yes, Fela did a lot of great things socially. So are all the Barista, Kolinton, so many of them. Some that you've never even heard their name. Nigeria has a collection of Nigerian musicians. What are you talking about? Yes, maybe rap. There's something to get from rap. Because wherever we are on the planet, and this is what Black American particularly needs to start getting. Yes, you speak in rap, but do you know the rap that you are speaking? There is something called Ori. I don't know if there's any Yoruba person here. Orike or Oriki. So that when they start calling your ancestor's name, right, it sounds exactly like rap, right? So I will urge every one of you to go and Google something called Oriki and then listen to what Oriki is, right? It's just like rap. And they didn't start it just yesterday. They started thousands of years ago. So all this nonsense about it's Afrobeat. Afrobeat is its own thing. Afrobeat is there. It's going to do
Hey,
its own
Missy
thing.
Barr, if I could interject real quick. So, Larry, I'm looking at the UK top 100 chart right now. Burna Boy has 2 songs in the top 30. Then you got another Afrobeat artist, Olozade. I know he's Afrobeat. He has a song in the top 50. Now you got Nicki Minaj, who just released a song. She's in the top 10. And then as far as like hip hop, okay, hold on. You got Nicki Minaj. Well, I just saw Nicki Minaj. So I just saw her. In fact, she's number 11. Then as far as hip hop, so Chris Brown is R&B. Chris Brown's R&B.
Yeah.
And then you got Burna. We got Burna Boy. In fact, Burna Boy is above. Burna Boy has 2 songs above Beyonce right now in the UK. So I just
Bam.
And then you got Olade.
Okay, so you've got 3 artists in the top 40.
Doesn't matter,
So because
though.
of those 3 artists in the top 40, you're now saying that Afrobeat is taking over the UK charts. Is that
It's
what you're
probably
saying?
And that's probably because there's a lot of Nigerians in the UK. That's probably why you get a lot of play in the UK.
Okay, well, I'll pass it back to Mr. Barr. I didn't say the UK charts. I said hip hop, specifically hip hop. That's what I said. And what I'm saying, I just looked at the charts and Burna Boy has 2 songs in the top 30.
So because Burna Boy has 2 songs
Yeah,
in the
just
top
Burna
30
Boy. How many other
now,
Afrobeats artists are there on
But
the
that's
UK chart?
Afrobeat. But that's
so wait,
Afrobeat.
because Burna, so
So
I want to hold you to what you're saying. I want to hold you to what you're saying. So because Burna Boy right now has 2 singles in the chart, you're saying that in the United Kingdom, Afrobeats is now more popular than hip hop.
I'm saying is going to soon take over because your argument, but Larry, your argument was that they're not in the top. Somebody brought up the whole top 40 and the hot 40.
My argument was very simple. My argument is at the moment, Afrobeats is not taking over hip hop. You've actually just agreed with me saying that in the future you believe that Afrobeats will be more popular than hip hop.
Hey Larry, do you have some secret hate against Nigeria? I know you're in Nigeria, right?
Larry, if there are people in the UK, I need people in the UK. What are people listening to more on the streets in the UK? Are they listening to
on the streets?
Afrobeat or listening to hip hop?
I'll tell you. On the streets, depending on the neighborhood, it's drill.
Right, that's the point.
UK drill.
Immigrants Nigerian would probably listen to a lot of Afrobeats. You know, there's a lot of immigrants Nigerian in the UK, in England especially. So it's different, Dynast. It's different.
So
Somebody
can
said,
I say something? Can I say something?
Well, hold on. Let's pass to Missy Barr. Let's pass to Missy. Go ahead, cut her off. Go ahead, Missy Barr.
So, black people are here fighting over whether or not we are acknowledged by white executives, right? Because
don't lie about what we're saying. That's not what we're saying. We're answering the question that Dynast asked.
Dynast asked the question.
Please don't make everything about race, Missy Barr. Please.
Let me finish what I want to say, please, because you're not going to. The people that's going to acknowledge you are still going to be them. If you want to be on Billboard, they are the one that's going to acknowledge you, right? So, and since they are now acknowledged us, we are screaming about it now. So let's talk about the rap that white executives has acknowledged. What's happening to black rappers? Every single day, every other week, somebody in one of those young men are being killed. Can you name?
That's in a specific genre, Missy Barr.
It doesn't
in a specific
matter.
genre of drill music.
Listen to this. It doesn't matter.
Mrs. Ibarra. They also cheating black musicians on the deals
Let
they
me
sign.
actually just. I'm coming.
What has that got to do with the question of the day?
You're gonna talk about that. You're gonna talk about everything. Of that it really is about it.
Well, let us be clear. Hilary is Nigerian. I want you to know that because you guys are saying it because I'm Liberian. That's why I'm hitting. But Hilary is also saying similar things that I'm saying. He's Nigerian.
Hold on. Don't let me lose my train of thought. Okay. You can go back all the way to Coltrane. Every single one of those men and women, all the way to Winston Easton, were killed one way or the other. Every single one of them. Their intellectual property were taken, right? Every single one of them, to Michael Jackson, to Prince. It is a level of greed from Africans to keep saying they want that if they don't get a contract from any executive in America, I think it was last year or the year before, Kanye West put out his own contract out. The way they want him to keep pumping out music, right? As if he's doing slavery. Nigerians artists are making money on their own 2 steps. Africans are supporting Nigerian music. Africans are supporting Africans musicians all over Africa. And wherever they come out of Africa, we are supporting them. That should be enough for you. Keep your intellectual goddamn property and stay off of greed. Whatever money that you get from us should be good enough. The moment you sign off your intellectual property away, they will just start cutting you down, just like they've done to all these Black Americans here. I cannot. In fact, 2 days ago, there was another rapper that was killed after dropping a tape. This is genocide taking place, and we're here popping music where rapper is taking over. If it's taking over, what happened to all those young men? They will never live long enough to enjoy the fruit of their labor because all of them are being killed off. Why are we here clapping back? All Africans arguing about who does what, what do I care? Afrobeat all the Burna Boys, Davido, Wizkid, all of you, you better make sure you keep your intellectual property. You don't need to sign up with any executive, any musicians. Period. Stay, we are supporting you.
A lot of them are signed to American music company like RCA, Sony, Rock Nation Africa,
Then,
Def Jam Africa, Def Jam Island. A lot of
what
them are
is that
signed to
saying?
American-owned labels. So what you're saying is a moot
But
point
then
because
what is
most of
that
them
saying?
are trying to
What,
come into the
what,
American
Elvis,
what is
markets.
that
I
saying?
thought you were the same person who was
Hello?
talking about
What
they're
is
not
that
signed
saying?
to
That there
American
is no
artists like
intellectual,
hip hop
there is no
artists.
I
intelligence.
never said that. I never
There
said
is
that.
no
Well,
Most of them are
someone
signed
said
to
intelligence.
that.
What
American
is that
labels.
you're
Okay,
Most of
hold on,
them
saying?
hold
are.
on. One mic. Missy Bar, go ahead. I'm gonna pass it. Surge, are you
What is
in
that we're saying? That
go ahead,
you
Bar.
keep, you're not studying. You're not studying what is going on. Every single, we are
Hello?
talking about dream music. All those young men that are doing this dream, how many of them have been killed? How many of them? And we keep talking here as if this is something that is normal. So, I mean, yes, let raps do what rap does, and let Afrobeat do what Afrobeat does. Where is the issue here? Right?
Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, hold on. Serge, go ahead, Serge. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Serge,
Oh, thank you very much, Dynas. Thank you for having me.
Serge, where are you
I've been,
calling from? Where are you calling from?
actually, I'm in Greece. I'm in Greece. I'm in Greece. That's
Okay, go
Athens,
ahead.
Greece. Okay, so I mean, I've been watching this live. It's quite interesting, nevertheless frustrating because as a young man, I can't understand why Black people, find it so hard to just appreciate what God has blessed them, the wisdom and our creativity, and to try to make the most out of it to the benefit of ourselves and our communities. I am here in Greece, and I can show you footage of Burna Boy's show here in Greece in the biggest, I say, the biggest foundation in Greece, that is the Onassis. This guy had the whole place shut down, and just the pride we had as Africans. And I'm not talking about just Africans from Africa, I'm talking about Africans from everywhere. I didn't even know there were that much there were that much Africans here in town. I just lost one of my brothers who is an African American descendant. You can check him, Castro. He does jewelries. I can send you his IG account, Dynas. This guy, I just met him here in Greece, and it was all about love, production, and how can we do, you
Is
understand, to bring
Afrobeat
together.
more popular in Greece than hip hop music?
Bro, I don't do the more popular. I do a
This is what the show is about. This is what the
That's what the
topic is
show is
about.
no,
about. That's
that is
what the
what,
show is about.
yes, that you say that is what the show is about. But the fact that you choose to rub yourself in mud doesn't mean I must rub myself in mud.
What the hell
I
are you
am here
babbling
to
on
bring
What
about?
does that
That's the
even
value.
mean?
question of
What
the
does that
day.
mean?
No,
We're
no,
talking
no,
about a
that is too
specific issue
childish.
on
That
on
is
the
too
on the show.
childish for me.
Hey,
My African education.
but hold on, but Serge, seriously though,
Yeah.
brother, please. So in Greece, what's being played more on the streets? Afrobeat or American hip hop? Or Greece? I don't know if y'all even got hip hop there. What's being played on?
Okay.
And just answer that question, and we can move on. But go ahead.
Okay, listen. I listen to as much Afrobeat walking the street as I listen to hip hop. That is what I would tell you. I
That's a
listen to
Okay.
lie.
as much
That's a lie.
Afrobeat as I'm telling you. I can send you footage of me even in the cruise ship going to the
Hold
Greek
on.
island, and they are
Stop the
playing
show. So
Afrobeat.
Elvis, the man gave you the answer, and you calling him a liar.
That is so childish, man. You ever got to change your mindset? I am African. I don't speak like that. I can't talk like that. You understand? I
We
can't
have
keep.
to speak facts, brother. Being African has nothing to do with it. The
Listen,
sky can't
being
be blue and you
African,
say it's black because you're trying
being
to be pro-African. Facts are facts.
my education as an African limits me to certain amount of stupidity. I must see
Exactly.
value in something for me to exchange. I am a Nigerian and I'm a Cameroonian. And when I turn onto YouTube and I see Black people destroying themselves, it's like, oh, what we have been through on this earth, we haven't learned a lesson from it. You wouldn't see any other race doing this but Black
Doing
people.
what?
I am
Doing what?
barely
Making
30
stuff
years
up, being
old, but
emotional,
I
just making
understand. I
stuff up,
Yeah,
understand.
man.
doing what?
Just calm yourself. Just being emotional over a simple question that the
Right.
show
What
is
what
about.
what, what are Africans doing to
No, he
destroy
asked
themselves?
the man asked him
I'm
the question. He
talking.
said it's even.
I'm talking.
He said it's even.
I'm talking.
Which
He
proves my
didn't.
You
He
know,
point.
didn't
there's
actually
Which
a,
proves
answer
my
the
point.
question. He didn't answer the question. He
I
said you
said there is.
asked him. You asked him in Greece. Is hip
Yeah.
hop taking over Afrobeat? He gave his own personal opinion of what
Oh,
he
it's Afrobeat
listens
taking
to.
over hip hop, see, Larry, you meant.
Listen, I'm telling. Okay, let me tell you something. Afrobeat is taking over hip hop. I do music, and I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I can. Do you want footage, Dinas? Do you want me to send you footage of parties and everything? I
I
can
know
do
what
that.
they're playing at the party. I know what they're playing in the
Burna
parties
boy,
overseas
Burna
in
boy.
Africa. They're playing Afrobeat.
Listen,
I already know.
okay,
I already know. They're not
okay,
playing Little
Dinas.
Dirk.
Stop it,
Ain't
Dynast.
nobody
Dinas.
listen to Little Dirk at no parties in
Exactly.
Europe or anywhere. I already know they listen to no damn Little Dirk or
I just
NBA.
shot a movie. I just shot a movie that will be coming out on on Amazon, and I can tell you, even the show. I had a show, right? I had a show. All the actors that are French actors, shot by Clapiche, one of the biggest French producers. Everybody was turned up to Afrobeat and dancehall, and it was super tight. I grew up on hip hop, right? But I've seen hip hop being derailed. And I can say that because if I respect the culture, if I appreciate it, I should be able to see when things are going wrong and pinpoint them out.
Exactly.
Hip hop has lost its value. The good music we used to get from the Missy Elliott's, the Narses, and all those people, like we don't get it any longer.
What has
People are
that
looking
got
for
to do with the
value.
question? Now you're
Or are
just
you
But
going
pushing
to
that?
some
that's
speech.
part of
It has to do with the question because hip hop is
it's
losing its
everything.
momentum.
Just getting all
He answered the
emotional, waffling, going into some long,
He
pathetic
answered the
speech.
question. Hold on. Let's
No,
ask
no,
it,
he
Dr.
didn't
B.
answer the question. He didn't
He
provide his.
answered the
What
question.
he did
Go ahead,
is he
Dr.
gave
B.
his
He
anecdotal
answered
opinion.
the
He
question.
didn't give
He
no
answered the
evidence.
question.
Okay, he's giving
Dr.
his
B, go ahead.
opinion.
Go ahead, Dr. B. Go ahead, Dr. B. Go ahead, Dr. B. Dr. B, unmute yourself. Dr.
Hello,
B.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Dr. B. Go ahead.
All right. How y'all doing? Just want to thank y'all for allowing me to join the panel. Dinah's a big fan of your show. First, I just want to say that I'm a part of a record label, a lot of music, especially Afrobeat music specifically. And I've been following the genre. Obviously, I've been involved in it for quite a while. And I think the word of taking over is kind of inflammatory language designed to inflame people. People getting their feelings. People like Larry's, Elvis, obviously, are not huge fans of Afrobeat, which is fine. But I think the key is that it's clearly making an impact on the musical global kind of scene. That's someone who follows it closely. I actually closely follow the metrics, and pretty much every country on the globe is listening to Afrobeat. This is beyond America. So people focus on United States. This is why you kind of get clouded thinking that because it's not hot here or hot as you think it is here, therefore it's not relevant.
More than hip hop?
That, again,
Yes, about
globally, yes, right now, yes. Globally,
So
yes. United States, probably not.
So
But the
say,
reality is
The
that,
man
listen,
to
let
land.
me finish
Allow the
first.
man to land, please.
Let me finish first, real quick. I'm almost done. That literally between Asia, all over Africa, this is where most, especially Nigerian artists, are making their money, getting their fan base. It's really Africa. Then it's followed by Europe. UK is one of the biggest Afrobeat music scenes. They sold out O2. Every major artist from Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy have sold out O2 multiple times, which is O2 is a huge arena. I think it's 10,000 plus people, which is something only major artists can do. So the reality is that, Afrobeat is definitely on an upward trend. It's not taking over hip hop. It's not shutting down hip hop. So we can stop the inflammatory language, but the reality is that it's something that's going to be here. It has a very deep history, very deep origin. So it's not some fly by night fake version of something people want to attribute it to. Very deep, a lot of history behind it. It's very revolutionary as well, and that's what it is. You can be mad and just kind of deal with it, or you can join the wave. It's up to you. But Afrobeat is definitely going nowhere. And it's not some sort of fad. So that's all I want to say.
So nobody said it's a fad. So so you answered the question. You said you don't believe that Afrobeat is taking over hip hop. You said that.
Yeah, it's not again, as far as like if you're someone like I'm in the clubs every weekend. I mean, I know tons of DJs who work on the ground here. Again, I'm focused obviously on the Afrobeat club because I'm actually based in Texas. However, all the pop charts now, you're seeing Afrobeat collabs. This is how you know between Ed Sheeran and Fireboy DML, that kind of launched to the next level. You got Wizkid doing major collabs, Burna Boy. Those are what is going to make it more mainstream and more palatable for everyone. This is why when people say it's taken over, they're referencing these high power collaborations, these more and more money being invested. You got big artists now selling out arenas. Burna Boy sold out the Toyota Center in Texas. Kid Cudi was here, couldn't do that. So we can argue up and down about what's more relevant, but the reality is that.
But hip hop artists has been doing that for years.
Yes,
hip hop artists has been doing that for years. So Afrobeat are just starting to get into that space.
Hold on, Elvis. Yes, we know the damn Dr. Dre Up in Smoke tour. The Dr. Dre Up in Smoke tour in 1999 was cracking.
Right now,
the Cash Money tour in 1998 was cracking. We know that, Elvis. We're talking about now. We're very aware of that, Elvis. We're very aware.
I don't usually do Google search, but I just Google search it. Hip hop is the second most popular genre in the entire world, next to pop music. Go look it up yourself.
Go
look it up.
What are you talking about?
So DNB, in regards to what you're saying, I don't disagree with what you're saying about Afrobeat's popularity and people liking it. That's not what the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is to try and answer the question that was posed. Is it taking over? And you admitted that it's not. It's not taking over.
Yeah, because it's still early.
Okay,
hip-hop has been around for a long time. So
exactly,
which is why
it's never going to take over because the mainstream media is not playing it.
You have a crystal ball? You have a crystal ball? What's Tesla stock going to be next year? Because if you know the true future, based on trends, all we use trends. And based on the trends currently, I think it's in an excellent position to become a dominant genre going forward. Now, we don't know for sure what it's going to do. We can only.
Well, how many non-African people you know can name 5 Afrobeat artists?
There you go,
off the top of the head. Everyone knows who Jay-Z is around the world, man. It's not going to happen.
One mic. T. Khalid, Jay-Z's retired. We're talking about moving forward. Like, don't bring up Jay-Z. Don't bring up Snoop Dogg. They're retired. They're done.
Well, the point I was making is that people know who hip hop artists is around the world. American hip hop artists.
More so
but
than
I'm saying like
artists.
Afrobeat artists, they don't know who their names are.
We're talking. Okay, yes, people know Jay-Z. Yes, people know Snoop Dogg. We're talking moving forward. Okay, when I'm in Africa, when I'm in these airports in the UK, ain't nobody listening to no Jay-Z or no Snoop Dogg. People are bumping Afrobeat, or they're bumping
in Africa, right? In Africa, right?
Dynas, can I say something?
Go ahead, Serge.
Okay, you talked about Jay-Z. When Jay-Z, and I'm quoting 50 Cent. 50 Cent, first of all, said, Mariah Carey and all these people, they got this machine behind them, which is the marketing dollars. By the time they release a project, they're spending close to 20 million just for the marketing of that project. It's been plastered everywhere around the world, right? Jay-Z, before he releases an album, he got at least 10 to 20 million just for marketing. There is no Nigerian artist that have even $1 million for marketing, on for the marketing of his project.
That's completely wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah. Why do you think Jay-Z spent $20 million to market? Because he's going to recoup that money and then some. Because it's worth it. It's a well-placed investment.
Can I finish what I'm saying? Can I finish? There is no African artist that got that amount of marketing budget. Afrobeat was created in our rooms. I can tell you how Afrobeat was created, and it moved gradually but surely. And that is the interest. That is what these major companies see in Afrobeat. You don't have to force it on people. You understand? This is not Anna Montana. This is not a Rich the Kid song, which is, bam, 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 and you put all this marketing dollars behind it, and you got all these billboards. No, Afrobeat, we do our songs, we flip it around the neighborhood, and it takes off. So when you're comparing these people that got this, you got all these major labels, you understand, that have enslaved these artists. And they are injecting all this, marketing dollars behind them. It's normal that listen, let me finish. It's normal that you will see Jay-Z's face all over the world. That is just a marketing campaign, just like Coca-Cola. But one thing I want to tell you is, you said Nigerian artists are signed to all these major record labels. No, they got distribution deals. These guys are way more smarter than you think. These guys got
let me slow you down.
distribution deals.
Let me ask you a question, my man. Let me
There
ask you a
is a
question.
difference.
What's the premier market for music in the entire world? What's the number one market for music, for entertainment as a whole?
It's America.
Okay. Is Afrobeat dominating American charts?
Bro, that ain't the
No.
bro.
You gotta start from the base before you even go out. Let's just start with America. It's the number
Bro,
one.
no,
Is Afrobeat dominating American
bro.
charts?
Hey, hold on. Stop the show. Stop the show. Elvis, what's the last time you've been outside of America, bro?
I'm asking the question.
I don't.
Elvis,
Okay,
when's the
Elvis,
last time you've been out of America? Hold on. Stop the show.
2019.
Hold on.
2019.
Elvis, where'd you go?
I went back home to Liberia.
Elvis, you gotta travel. Bro.
Liberia?
Before that, when's the last time you went? Before that, when's the last time you've been out of America?
Before that, I haven't been back since I left in 2004.
Okay, so I mean, Elvis, you gotta travel, bro. Like,
Dynast, that's fine. But I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at statistics. I'm not talking about traveling. That you'll see things in pockets here and there. But we're talking about globally.
Dynast, I can answer his question.
Let him answer.
But Elvis, you say you're Liberian, right?
I am.
Damn, I thought you were FBA. But about the music, if Afrobeat is dominating in America, I can't answer that question because I don't.
The
live
answer
in
is no. The answer is no.
Okay.
You don't even have to think about it. It's a big no.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I don't know about America, but I can tell you it's dominating in Greece, it's dominating in Albania, it's dominating in the,
I'm gonna look at the Greek charts right now while you're talking. I'm gonna look at it. Go ahead.
Real quick, I came from summer vacation in Sweden. Literally, Sweden, the whitest country pretty much on earth. And these people had a huge Afrobeat community. DaBaby had a
Dr. B, you went out. You got to put some
scheduled right after I left. I went to Europe.
You keep going in and out, Dr. B. Go ahead.
Hey, I got a question though, and I just got a question, man.
Well, let Dr. B finish.
Okay.
Dr. B, you got to start that all over, Dr. B, because you're going in and out. Then we're going to pass it to the.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So I was saying that I was recently on vacation in Sweden this past summer. It was about like last month, actually. And the amount of people, clubs playing Afrobeat, they had a huge DeVito concert that was scheduled right after I was scheduled to leave. Big arena too, that was apparently they were doing well. And I was talking on ground, and there's a huge community of white folks, a lot of Africans who are up there, all kinds of people who are into the genre, and they're having a thriving community. This is in Stockholm, Sweden. So when people use this kind of closed mindset to kind of determine where they think Afrobeat should be popular, they're already lost because it's everywhere. I'm talking about Asia. Go to Mexico. I have artists that I manage and put out there, and I look at the Spotify streaming numbers. India, Mombasa, go to Tokyo. You see people streaming it. Like, this is a global phenomenon. That's why people are so focused on America. They think, oh God, it's not popular because my cousin didn't, or my next door neighbor doesn't know about it. Therefore, it's irrelevant. That's wrong.
Let's not forget, Billboard is something you pay for. We all know that you pay for this place on Billboard, so it's not something you should. A song is popular by what you hear on the street.
Let's how about this? Hold on, let's pass the Ballad of the Vagabond. Go ahead. We'll pass the UT. Go ahead, Ballad of the Vagabond. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hey, good afternoon, brothers. How y'all doing, man? Great conversation. I just wanted to chime in, and by the way, I'm a Liberian as well, like my brother Elvis over here. So, but we'll probably differ a little bit. As far as this topic is concerned, though, we're just looking at momentum right now. I would say Afrobeat is aggressively encroaching on hip hop as far as being the most dominant genre of music or whatever, taking that hip hop place. Just by what I see happening here in Houston, for example, and I mean everywhere you go, there's Afrobeat. Like the places that you used to hear hip hop played a lot, it's all Afrobeat right now. Like
bro, there's a lot of Nigerians in Houston.
Yeah, come on, Elvis, relax. So the reason what I'm saying is this, right, brother? I agree with you, Elvis. I'm just like you, bro. I'm pretty much more empathetic to hip hop and all that. But from what I've been seeing, it's like Afrobeat is on a whole nother level as far as momentum. Now, as far as it's still not the most dominant yet, but Afrobeat definitely has that momentum behind it, big time. and not just Houston, Elvis. I was just of course in Liberia. In the last 12 months, I've been in Liberia like twice already, and I went to Ghana as well. On my way to Liberia, man, it's this thing everywhere. Like I mean, it's got a lot of momentum behind it.
Yes.
And
Please.
and if it continues on this trajectory, I would say probably in the next 5 to 10 years, man, it's going to be Afrobeat. But right now, it's still hip hop in America. But I wouldn't say that to be the same for like
Hey yo,
other parts of
Bala the Vagabond, you keep going in and out. Like I don't know if you're on speakerphone or what you got going on, but we could.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I'm driving, man. That's why. But hang on one second.
Let me chime in real quick since he's having issues.
Hey, the question I have is Afrobeats is so popular. Go ahead.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead.
So I was saying, like,
can you hear me?
aren't
Can you hear me
Africans
better?
because look, I travel, man. Aren't Africans stereotype? If you travel outside of your country, based on how African Americans behave, specifically what's being played by the music, if Africans are being stereotyped based on how African Americans behave, that is simply because our music, hip hop, is what's getting outside of this country as the mainstream. Africans are not judged by the culture of Africa and what Afrobeats is producing as the African culture. They're being judged by hip hop and what African Americans are producing. This is why I do not believe Afrobeats will ever take over. And also, I believe, and that's not to the Africans' fault. I also believe America will never allow that to happen because there's a reason why they want hip hop to be the major music for African Americans specifically is because it's degenerate. They're never going to allow Afrobeat
Real quick, guys.
take over that.
I'm gonna say one thing to that. If that's something,
Okay, hey, I'm back. Let me
Go ahead, Bala. Go ahead.
Let me give it a quick. On my bad, I was driving. But yeah, okay. So what I was saying was, and I totally agree with I can't see his name too clear, but the guy that just spoke. Yeah, because of the fact that Americans would not allow another genre of music to like take over theirs, but I, when it comes to culture and all this stuff, especially like music and all that stuff, I don't think at some point they're gonna have any say on that. I think it's gonna be Afrobeat is gonna be so dominant. I mean, the music is crazy. I mean, like most of these artists out there right now, like the most popular searched artists on Google are basically Afrobeat artists, like Davido, what you call it? Hang on. All right. I mean, hey, obviously, I stand to be corrected, but as far as I know, these guys are heavily searched. Like, I mean, on Google, and stuff like that. On most of these social media platforms, they're heavily searched. Don't get me wrong, bro. I love hip hop. I mean, that's me. I mean, like, but Afrobeat is on a whole nother level right now, as far as the momentum and
on a whole level, on a whole
trajectory.
nother level than hip hop, or just on a whole nother level as in African music coming to the West.
Momentum wise.
It has more momentum right now than hip hop music.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brother, you know a lot of non-African people who know Afrobeat artists. You know a lot of non-African people who know that artist.
Wait, hang on. It's like for example. I mean, I'm not sure if this is a very fair analogy, but it's like economically looking at America and China right now, right? America is still kind of like the world's most dominant economy, but China has that momentum behind her right now. Like, that's why everybody's operating with China. So it's kind of like that when it comes to.
Let me ask you a question, Bala. Is there a lot of Nigerians living in Houston, Texas?
I would imagine so. Just like Minnesota.
Well, yes, of course.
African Americans in Houston.
The point is, there's pockets of immigrants.
No, but
Beyonce is from Houston. What are you talking about? There's a lot of African Americans in Houston.
The point that I'm trying to make is that you could go in certain, like I live in Minnesota, right? There's certain parts of Minnesota where there's a large African immigrant, population, and you'll hear a lot of Afrobeats in that area. If you move from here, you go to a place like. Hold up. You go to a place like Minnetonka or Maple Grove or some other more affluent that doesn't have a lot of black immigrants or African immigrants there. You won't really hear these music being played. It's a matter of where the population is saturated at.
Real quick. Actually, like I said, I run promotions. Actually, I'm in Houston actually, and I have a big promotions company. We do events and parties. And I can tell you, I actually hosted Burna Boy about 3 years ago. It was actually some local rappers in Burna Boy. We hosted an after party. He performed at a club. There was probably about 200, 300 people there. And that was considered a great event, a great achievement for us because we had a good turnout. Mostly Nigerians and Africans. Now in Houston, it's a huge African community down here. So Nigerians are the biggest, but large number of Liberians. I got a lot of Liberian homeboys, Ghanaian homeboys, Senegalese folks. There's a whole lot of Africans here. So they were the primary target initially. Now, Burna Boy just had a show at the Toyota Center, sold out, which is our main arena for the basketball team here. The Houston
And the
Rockets.
Toyota Center is big, bro.
Yes, sold it out. It wasn't just Nigerians there. It
can
was a
I
whole
say
bunch of
something?
whites,
Can I-
Latinos, Africans as well. It was a whole group, a huge group of people. So let's not try to pigeonhole it to Africans only because you want to minimize
Yeah,
the
exactly.
momentum.
Elvis is
But that's so lasting, though.
Elvis is just delusional and trying to refuse the facts that Afrobeat is the essence of music. Afrobeat is love. Afrobeat is the richness of its sound. It touches your soul. Afrobeat is what R&B used to be. Afrobeat is what
Exactly. You're right.
real hip hop. I'm talking about the 2000s, like real good music used to be. So people are
The
just
words in Afrobeat or the beat that touches your soul?
everything about it.
Elvis,
Nah, it's called Afrobeat.
Like I
It's
said,
called
yo,
Afrobeat.
like I said,
You know,
one mic. Like I said here in Atlanta, Burna Boy came and sold out State Farm Arena where the Atlanta Hawks play. These new hip hop artists ain't selling out the State Farm Arena, and they ain't selling out the arena in Houston. But Burna Boy came. Same thing with Madison Square Garden. Burna Boy sold that out. And again, to think that everybody who bought tickets were only Africans at Madison Square Garden, at the venue in Houston, and at the State Farm Arena is it's not true. I know many
That's like saying
Can I say
that's like saying
something?
that's like saying Barack Obama won the election because only black people voted for him. We know that's not true. A lot
Yeah,
white people voted for Obama.
exactly. It's just like
Can I say something, please?
Queen Nigeria. Go ahead, Queen Nigeria. Go ahead, Queen Nigeria. Go ahead.
Something I want to say is I want to draw attention back to the question. So one thing we're agreeing on is Afrobeat right now has a strong momentum, and we're also agreeing that it's not bigger than hip hop yet, but it has a stronger momentum in terms of the trend, upward trend. Now the question is not has Afrobeat taken over hip hop? The question is Afrobeat taking over? That's a present continuous tense. That's not a past tense. Has it taking over? No, that's not the question. So is it taking over? And we're agreeing, on the other hand, it has a stronger momentum than hip hop right now. That means it's taking over continuous tense. That's it answers the question.
Facts.
And just one last thing I wanted to say. Just one last thing I wanted to say real quick to my sister, Miss Barra. I think she's gone. And there was another brother. Hey guys, I think we should try to resist or try to fend off the temptation of always trying to accuse other Africans whenever they speak their minds to say they're being hateful of Nigerians or other Africans. Like my brother Evans was talking earlier, and he stated his opinion, and people kept saying, "Oh, you guys need to stop hitting on Nigerians, brother." I'm not sure about other Africans, but Nigerians, Liberians, are one set of Africans that love Nigeria.
We love Nigeria.
You know what I mean?
They
like,
save us. They
we
save
get
our
along.
country. So they don't
we
even
get along.
understand. They just like to throw that out there.
So that there's no hatred, right? I think he was just speaking his opinion. So people should be free to be be able to speak their opinions without being accused of, you hate us, you hate us. I mean, come on. So I just wanted to state that.
Well, I would say maybe there's this impact of the the FBA, the ADOS and Tariq Nasheed and all these people that have been doing some really terrible things. So people might feel a certain way because they don't know who this guy is representing. Like it's a fact. I'm not going to get too deep into these, but I, as a person that has been standing for African Americans, I got footage here of me fighting for an African American that was killed here in Greece. I'm not even sure Americans know that. The name is Bakari Anderson. You can check that out. We've been trying our best.
I'm very familiar with Bakari.
Yeah, so I talk with Bakari's family here every day. So when I'm out here on the street in the snow, risking my resident permit to fight for a brother that I consider mine, and I turn on to to YouTube and I see people playing political games, using people's emotion to make some money in the name of we are this, you're not that, and throwing jokes. I really ask myself, is it worth it? Because me as an African, I know the riches of my land. I know the wealth of my land. I believe in us Africans. I believe we can make magic. We are doing it right now. So we don't need to go an extra mile begging for people. Like, bro. So
You're wrong,
I'm
brother.
reaching out to you, Dinas, because I know you got access to all these people. I think they're playing with fire. I'm from a country, Cameroon, right now. Just permit me say this, because I could be talking with y'all right now. I've lost my cousin to a civil war. That is going on right now and nobody's talking about it. Check out the war in Cameroon, Bamenda and Bazonia, and this is just about tribalism. Politicians
I'm
that
very
are using
familiar with that war.
It's not even really
politicians
about
that are
tribalism.
using tribalism, division, a divide and conquer
French
tactic.
versus
And this
English.
country,
It's about French versus
this
English.
country
Right.
that was one of the most peaceful country right now. I got people that have been living in the forest for close to 8 years and nobody's saying anything about it. So I am from a land where I've seen how people use divide and conquer. I am half Nigerian, half Cameroonian from the two hot zones. I'm from the English section of Cameroon that is being, persecuted. And I am Igbo from Nigeria that are still being persecuted. So I understand how you could use words and use people's emotion to cause war.
Facts is the greatest equalizer. If something is true, you gotta state it. Yeah, you gotta state it.
One name, brother. So I'm just trying to say, people are out there playing with fire. I don't know if they know Africa that much, but we Africans, we are ready for everything. So if people think they're going to push hate and it's going to reach us, no, you're simply digging your doom, because we are the ones you should be trying to create an ally with, because this is, if Africa decides today stop to the killing of African American, it would stop. But our politicians see no interest
What are
in
you
doing
talking,
that.
bro? What are you saying? You're just going on a monologue. What's the hate that African American is pushing to Africans?
Listen, I didn't say I didn't say African Americans. Listen, I said there are particular groups. And
what's the hate? Name the group and name the hate that they're pushing.
Can I say something, please? Can I say something?
Hold on one second, sister. Let the brother finish. Name a particular group and
No,
the hate that they're pushing.
Listen, no, I will let the sister speak.
No. Don't run away from me now, because you just had a monologue.
I'm not running away from you, Elvis. I'm not running away from you.
Just the topic.
Elvis, listen, brother. Elvis, listen. We're gonna make you Elvis. Listen, we're gonna make you honorary FBA. Just say you hate Liberia, you hate Africa, and you want to be Black American. FBA. Just say it.
Definitely not. You said me on this platform before. I spoken against certain things.
We're gonna make you honor. Just say you hate. Go ahead, Queen Nigeria. Go ahead. Go ahead, Queen Nigeria. Go ahead, Queen Nigeria.
Thank you, Prince. I will say, I think what Serge was going towards, it's not African American versus African on this particular show. I think where he sees the issue, I actually see the issue, is between us Africans, generally as Black people. Also talking about what Mrs. Ibarra was saying. We tend to, define our self-worth based off of what, other people define as the golden standard. And there's another brother, I forgot his name. He said, at some point they'll have no say in it, yes, but right now there's a reason why they're not wanting to put, Afrobeat on the charts, list as much as it should, even though it's really conquering on the streets. And really it's because of the violence that, the white labels that sign African American musicians, because of the violence, they use the African American songs to promote. I believe that's
how does music get on the charts? How does music get on the chart? It's about metrics. It's not about emotions. It's about metrics. It's about skins.
I am not done. I'll get to that. And lastly, I think also what Serge was going towards is this. There's something Elvis said. He said, when I started talking, he said, South African amapiano it sounds better than Nigerian Afrobeat. And you know what my response was, if you remember? I said all African music is good. I can't say any is best. I can say one is more popular than the other. Afrobeat is more popular than amapiano. I never said Afrobeat is best. We as Black people, we shouldn't be, tough arguing over ours is best and ours is not best, and but the question of the topic is still, is Afrobeat taking over? We all agree the trend of Afrobeat is going upward right now at a much faster pace, and that of hip hop is kind of flattening out. That's the truth. That's the word, taking over, continuous tense. The question was not, as Afrobeat taking over. You understand what I'm saying? And don't limit yourself and your vision to United States of America and the UK. And also, when it was about the UK, I was like saying, oh, don't limit it to just the UK and the US, not just Western standards. And it was like, yeah, those are the biggest market in the world. But when they talked about the UK charts and talked about how Afrobeat is dominant, then it became, oh no, it's because there are a lot of Nigerians there. The first time you tried to define our standard based off of the UK, and then when we proved Nigerian music was on there, now it's not it's not based off the UK anymore. We shouldn't be doing this among ourselves as Black people. We should be united. We should be borrowing from each other. It's a positive thing that Afrobeat borrowed from hip hop, but I still do recommend that hip hop should please try as much as possible to promote positivity in the community. You can't be singing about things a lot, and you're the most marginalized
smoking another man's pack, smoking another black man's pack.
You come bragging about your Louis Vuitton, and your Gucci that's going into the European pockets, and that's
what are they talking about in Afrobeats? What's the message in Afrobeats?
A lot.
Listen.
A lot of
no. What's the message? It's the same. It's pretty much the same kind of promiscuity that they're spewing Afrobeats.
You talked about South African music, and Amapiano is better than Afrobeat.
I didn't say it specifically Amapiano. I just say South African house music. Musically is better. Congolese rumba music musically is better, but Afrobeat is more popular. That's what I'm saying.
Elvis, go back and listen. Go back.
The epicenter of African music is the woman. Afrobeat, 99% of the time is worshiping the Black woman. That is something that is so far-fetched from the hip-hop music we are listening to.
Are they worshiping or talking about how they're having premarital sex and shit like that? Is that what they're talking about?
That is what you want to think. I don't know the Afrobeat you're listening to.
That's what they're talking about.
I don't know the Afrobeat you're listening to, because you don't even sound like somebody that likes listening to Afrobeat. So for you to be making that judgment, I think you're not valid to make that judgment.
Serge, I'll round up and tell Elvis this. You're trying to say, oh, South African music is better than Nigerian music. Listen,
musically is better.
It's all great music. And like I said earlier, even Afrobeat is taking some elements out of Amapiano right now. Go listen to the Buga song.
We are blending like rice and beans. We are blending like rice and beans.
That's why I'm asking you. I asked you, Nigeria Queen Nigeria. I asked you if you listen to other music outside of Afrobeats. I'm telling you this because I experience other music and I can compare and contrast them.
Right now,
do you listen to Congolese rumba? Do you listen to South African house music?
Of course I do.
We listen to everything. You want to talk about Congolese rumba?
You didn't want to talk a moment ago when I asked you that question, so let her speak. Stop talking in the background. You didn't want to speak when I asked you that question. You was telling her to speak, so let her speak.
Listen, Elvis, you talk about Congolese rumba. Name me two Congolese artists that sing rumba.
Fally Ipupa, Ferry Gola, that's just two. But go ahead. What are you trying to say?
Fally Ipupa doesn't sing rumba.
Are you outside of your mind? Are you outside of your mind?
No, Papa Wemba sings rumba. Fally Ipupa sings dombolo.
No. He seeks Tokos music as well as rumba. What are you talking about, bro?
Tokos is just a slang. Tokos is just a slang.
It's a slang that he made, but it's a mixture of it.
Mon frère, you can't even talk that. You can't even have that conversation with me, okay? Tokos is just a slang.
I've already given you my opinion. I think Congolese rumba, South African house music is better than Afrobeat musically.
Serge and Elvis, especially Elvis, talking about, you still repeating it. This one is better than that one.
That's my opinion. That right there is my opinion. It's not a fact. I'm not stating it to be a fact. That's an opinion. But go ahead.
Let me land. Right. That's what you're saying. And I'm saying such things like Mrs. Ibarra was saying is what makes us, compete in a negative way amongst ourselves. That's why you see that, in South Africa, multiple times, Nigerians Ghanaians are being targeted and killed in mass numbers in South Africa due to this hatred and
Due to this
unnecessary
Elvis mindset.
competition among
Hatred of
black
what?
people.
Hatred of what?
Success.
Who am I hating on? Who am I hating on?
On who you are.
Elvis, the
You're hating on
same.
being black.
Elvis, the same hatred your people have for the American Liberians. You continue to spread it.
Who am
Now
I
you're
hating on?
spreading
Be,
it.
be specific. Don't just throw out words. Who am I hating on right now? Tell me.
You're hating.
Can
You're
I
hating
slide
on
in here real quick?
Nigerians. You hate who you see in the mirror. You hate who
My
you see
guy,
in the
you're talking
mirror.
nonsense. Tell me who specifically I'm hating on right now. Who am I
You
hating on?
you hate who you see in the mirror, Elvis, because I can't even figure out any Chinese or any Asian that would speak about Asian cultures like you're
Guys,
talking
you
about.
guys are just trying to be you're being stupid right
You
now. I'll tell you that.
what?
You know why? Because you're saying that everything that's African is right and everything that's not African we shouldn't support it because
Okay,
we're African.
okay.
Facts are facts.
Let's take
You look at
Amapiano, right?
the numbers, you look at the facts, and you go where the
Let,
facts lead you to. Not
okay,
because
let,
you're
let me
African, you means you
We
have to
need to
support everything that's
promote
let,
love
African.
let me let me
What are you
take let,
saying?
okay. Permit me say something. Let me show you how we think as Africans, and especially in the African music scene, right? Inos Bay has done songs with Nigerians. He's practically doing a different genre. Amapiano came up, he was having a little burst. Nigerians jumped on it. They embraced it. They didn't be like, no, we're better, we're that. They embraced it, we incorporated it. And right now, when you listen to all the top songs in Africa, you will get the Amapiano vibe. We keep dancing. Our music scene is like a dance floor and it never stops because we
Like I
appreciate
say,
whatever
Afrobeat is ass
creativity
shaking
comes
music.
from.
That's what it is. It's butt shaking music.
And we
That's
will
what
keep
it is.
shaking that ass.
The moment
Oh man, all
Afrobeat
of it
comes
ain't
on,
dog.
the girls go on the dance floor and start shaking that
condescending.
ass.
Oh
That's
my
all it is.
god.
Can you tell me
That's
what
all it is.
Liberian music is?
condescending. That's
Can you tell me what
condescending.
Liberian music is? Can you tell me what? Because
That's
you
very
dwell on
condescending.
Afrobeat. So what is
No,
Liberian music?
Liberian
please.
music ain't shit right now. I'm gonna tell you
No,
that, and I'm
no.
not even
Listen.
advocating for Liberian music.
Sister,
So
don't fall
my
in the
point
trick.
here is I'm going where the facts
Sister,
leads me
don't fall
to.
in that trap. He's not a
All right.
Liberian. He's not a Liberian.
Thank you,
Listen,
brother. And
Liberian music,
you're not an
is
Igbo. You're not from
great.
Cameroon. What are you
Yes,
saying?
he's not a Liberian. He's not a
Yeah, you're not a
Liberian.
Nigerian or
He's just
Liberian
an
Cameroon.
music is
FBA
great.
that is trying to trigger
I
division.
told you,
Don't go
listen,
around hating on
hold
Liberian
on.
music.
We're gonna settle this
Can I?
right now. Hold on, stop the show. We're gonna settle this right now. Dan, where's T Clique? I need a T to come. T, you left, T. T, call back in, T. I need you to call back in, T. But go ahead, Chrissy.
Much love to the Liberian music scene. We love Liberia, man.
Yes, Liberian
Stop
music is great.
capping. Name me one Liberian artist that you listen to.
You know,
I can name all of them, but I won't. You don't deserve.
Hold on. What mic?
That's what you do. You go along to get along. That's all
Yeah,
that's all you guys do. You never take a
it's working
stand on
right good
nothing.
for me.
You just go along with the crowd. That's all you do.
Yes, and it's working right good for me.
I gotta mute people. Go ahead, Chrissy. Go ahead.
Elvis, you're a Liberian.
No,
For you to
Queen
come
Nigeria.
out
Hold
there,
on, Christy. Hold on, I gotta mute people.
Okay.
Go ahead, Christy.
Yeah, yeah, Afrobeats is way more than butt shaking music. I think it's disrespectful to say it like that. It's the most diverse music right now on the market. And honestly, Elvis, I'm Jamaican. I don't have no foot in the African country game. You do sound mad hateful, like all the time. You sound more radical than the FBA folks. I'm gonna be
Chrissy,
honest with you. There's an
Elvis
undertone
is
of
Africa. I'm like, we
resentment.
need. What I'm saying is, we need to let. I mean, I need to holler at Tariq and like we will have them make
And
Elvis
they yeah,
honorary
Oxy twins.
FBA. I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's
Elvis
like it's
hates
too much.
Africa. He
And I don't know
hates
if you don't
Africa.
realize it, but there's an undertone of resentment every time I hear you speak. It's
Hey,
more
Chrissy,
than
I know
butt
where.
shaking music.
Chrissy, listen. I know where it comes from, but that's another show. But go ahead, Chrissy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like it's as I said, there's way more diversity than there is in hip hop. People in the chat keep saying Afrobeats came from hip hop. It did not. I know you need your ego stroked 24/7. Sorry, it did not come from. If anything, there's more of an influence, and I wouldn't even take credit away from Afrobeats and say it got itself from reggae. It didn't. There's an influence, and culturally, there's a lot of cultural similarities. Sometimes I'm hearing Afrobeat, I'm like, wait, is that a reggae artist? Sometimes we get confused. But that I think is because pidgin and patois was similar. Ancestrally, a lot of us are Nigerian. The music sounds similar. There's an influence, but Afrobeat is still in its own class. See the respect I gave it? See that?
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
Can I?
Hey, what happened? You guys still there?
hello,
I'm still
hello,
here. Doesn't
hello,
happen.
hey. Elvis, for you to be Liberian, come out here in front of the world and say Liberian music ain't shit. That's very sad. To all the Liberians out there, Liberian music is great. We want to hear more of it, more
Oh Lord.
diversity from African
How many
music.
Liberian music have you heard before?
Please,
How many?
my parents house the Liberian in their house. While
I'm
I was
asking you a
growing up.
question right now. It's not about what your
Listen, that's
parents,
all you
who your
always
parent
ask.
house in their house.
Have
How
you
many
heard this
Liberian music
music?
have you
Have you
listened to?
heard that music? Have you heard that music?
She's not
I'm asking you
obliged
a
to answer
question.
your
How many
question, man.
Liberian music have you listened to?
She's not obliged. She's not obliged to answer your
My
question.
guy, let her speak for herself.
No, I can talk with my sister. That's how we do it in Africa.
Let her answer the
I have
question.
listened
If
to
you
several.
know
I have
Liberian music
listened
to be
to
good
several.
music,
I have listened to several. Listen, you talk about being in Minnesota. I'm in Minnesota. Okay.
my sister.
This is
Name me
where
one Liberian
Liberians
artist and a song that you
dwell.
like.
Listen,
You
this is
like
where
from them.
Liberians dwell. Okay, Liberians are a lot here. So saying I've not heard Liberian music and you
I'm
coming
asking
here
you.
to
Name
say
me one
Liberian
Liberian artist
music
and a
ain't
song that you
shit.
like from a Liberian artist. Name me one.
You saying Liberian music ain't shit.
Don't patronize us. We don't need your patronage. Don't patronize me and try to act like if you know Liberian music and you like our music. Tell me one artist and one song that you like from us.
Listen.
She doesn't have to.
Because she doesn't listen to Liberian music. So
Well,
that's the
how will
point.
you know? She didn't
Then let
answer
her
your
tell me one
question.
right now, and she does. Let her prove me wrong.
She didn't answer your question. Your question is a hateful question. You understand? You're taking us towards hate, and
saying
nobody wants to
Liberian music
partake in
ain't
that.
shit. That's sad. I'm sure
I mean, you don't talk
you
like
listen to
I'm
that.
a Liberian, and I'm telling you that
you were saying
our music ain't popping. Our music ain't popping right now, and that's a fact.
Okay.
Facts are
One
facts.
mic. Hold on. One mic. Go ahead, Mufasa. Unmute yourself. Mufasa.
Yeah. Peace, Dynast.
Peace.
So yeah, I wanted to mention. So I heard someone say, I just kind of got in that the Afro beats it doesn't have a connection to hip hop. I don't see how that's possible. Because if it's not,
That's not what I said. I said it's more heavily influenced by reggae, not really hip hop.
no. Dance hall definitely inspired. A dance hall and hip hop definitely inspired.
The Afrobeat you listen right now.
Yeah.
Because if you know when you listen to what the Timayas used to do, and you know the Don Jazzies, all these legends, you know, it's not the same. Afrobeat has changed. Afrobeat has been through like 8 phases of different Afrobeat. The whiskey you hear today is not the whiskey back in 2008. It's 2 different things.
But
And so
thing
yeah.
is, if it's not coming from Western music, then what are the African roots of it? What group? What ethnic group? Where's the music?
You should have listened to Mississippi
Anytime I
and
hear
named the
music,
different.
any music that I hear that's indigenous music, that's traditional music, it sounds nothing like Afrobeat, other than a few instruments they use.
Okay,
exactly.
Shabazz, what I can answer your question. The Afrobeat, listen, Afrobeat you listen to is influenced by so many different genres of music. You understand? We're inspired, but it's not like we copied. Oh no, we were inspired because we were open-minded. We listened to music from every genre. Hip hop
Right now we've been
and hip hop.
inspired by Amapiano.
Yes, we don't shy away from hip hop because every Afrobeat artist you listen from Whiskey to Burna Boy, all of them were rappers before being music, like singing. All of them were rappers, and even when you look by the way they place their rhymes and everything, it's all about it's you could easily fit it on a hip hop beat. So we pay homage to hip hop. We do not disregard that because we consider that as part of the Black family, the Black culture. We didn't bite from it.
Consider that. That's a lot of people not thinking like that.
No,
well, of course. So I'm just saying what I'm saying because I heard the brother saying hip hop, but you don't come, you wouldn't come and say hip hop. No, hip hop created. No, Afrobeat. We were inspired because we grew up listening to all this music, so it's normal that it will be impacted in our art. But it's not like hip hop, created or we had to listen and take something from hip hop to add to Afrobeat. No.
Okay, then.
Sorry,
What are your roots, though? What are the roots?
There's something that
Somebody
Larry
please
said
tell me what the
earlier.
roots are.
There's something that Larry said earlier.
May I please speak? May I please speak?
Okay.
I feel like this is perhaps a place where I might be able to add some value. There's this thing called the 5-beat pattern, I believe. I don't know if anyone's seen the documentary on Netflix or
I saw the Afrobeat
Showmax
documentary. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, there's this thing called the 5-beat pattern, just like how I believe. I think it's reggae or dancehall has the offbeat thing with the I keep forgetting what it's, but if you break it down, because I remember watching
like
a Bob
1,
Marley
2, 3,
doc,
1,
exactly,
2,
and
3,
offbeat, and exactly, and that's what's like the real sauce, kind of like the KFC's, it's like it's the through line that runs through a lot of the music. So I think that comes from from Afrobeat first, then maybe High Life, and then maybe if you want to go further back, palm wine music. So there's something distinct to the beat formation that's actually rooted in African culture, and then also a lot of
the beat formation.
Are you a musicologist?
No, I'm not. I am not. I'm not claiming to be one. I got this off of a documentary, which I just referenced.
Elvis, goddamn, Elvis.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Hey, Dotties, I'm just stirring the pot. Don't worry.
I'm happy to be scrutinized. I understand Elvis. I understand the type of person he is. He's rational over emotional. But us as Africans, we like to go with both. So I don't believe his approach is intrinsically African, which is fine. He's it's a free world. He's happy to approach things as he so pleases. But I'm happy to be scrutinized. I'm not a musicologist. I'm just trying to reference what I believe to be perhaps an explanation for what might be the source. That's just my observation.
When we go
Alpha, by palm wine music, do you mean
hold on. One mic. Hold on 1 second.
Alpha, by palm wine music, do you mean bottle dance?
No, I'm saying when we go to the
let's pass to Mufasa.
Pardon, the original Afrobeat, they were playing jazz. They were playing music that was inspired mostly by American music. Now, a big part of that is because we were the first ones with the radios, the microphones, and making the records, and we had the best distribution. But this is where a lot of that music is coming from. And the main thing I just want to ask people that want to discredit the roots of this music in the West is, what is the music that leads up to it? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, Mufasa,
Hold on, Chris Queen, Nigeria. So I'm not discrediting the root, but discrediting the roots. I know Sandra Isidore, when Fela came to America, heavily influenced Fela when it comes to Afrobeat, but it has become its own genre.
It's its own sound. Like
right.
A second ago, he mentioned the dance hall sound. Now, whenever you hear a Afrobeat sound, it's like the dance hall is like boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. And then when you hear the dance hall, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a different type of sound. So
that is the Afrobeat you listen to right now. And the Afrobeat is like hip hop. Every 5 years it changes. And that is why hip hop has been able to live this long. Afrobeat keeps switching. The Afrobeat you're listening to right now, what Burna Boy is doing right now, is not what he was doing 3 years ago. You could just check his album. So the whiskey right now is totally different from the whiskey when he came out. Go and listen to the Starboy, album, and you're talking about hip hop. We all know all this music stems from Africa. When you go to Cameroon, you go and you meet the Pygmies and you listen to them playing guitars without even having, so it stems really deep. And I would say one of the bases of Afrobeat is Makotsa. And Makotsa is Cameroonian music.
Techno Soukous?
Yes, Soukous. No, Soukous is Congo.
Are you saying that jazz comes from Africa? Jazz music.
Pardon?
Are you saying jazz originated in Africa? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, I'm not claiming anything, my brother. I'm saying.
But that's what you said a couple of seconds ago.
This guy is Africa-centric. Everything comes from Africa, right?
The creators of jazz came from Africa, so of course the origin.
Listen, I'm saying I'm not even jazz, music in general. Just the music, it's Africa.
The people on the other continents never knew anything about music. Only Africa knew about music.
Yes.
What I would say is
what a foolish statement to make.
Argue,
that's too much of a reach, bro.
You could argue that the blues came from Africa. You can argue that the blues came from Africa. But you can't argue that jazz comes from Africa. Jazz is uniquely American.
Bro, you're taking me into a different. I didn't talk about jazz coming from Africa.
I'm not talking about what you're talking about. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm saying when it comes to music, you can argue. Some people can argue that the blues, you can say it originates. Perhaps it does originate in the continent of Africa. But then when you look at other things like jazz
jazz is very unique. That is very much American.
Jazz was influenced by another genre of music.
Yeah, that's why I said blues. So you could say
Of
the
course.
blues
So
came from
if I
Africa.
influence you, and you create something, does that disqualify the fact that I was one of the, you know, the stem of your of your influence? No. I mean, come on, like
But the thing, at what
can I
point,
say
the
something?
thing about jazz is that it was heavily influenced. Yes, you had the Black Americans. You also had, you had a whole history with like mixed Americans who knew a lot about classical music from New Orleans because they had their own community. You then had white Americans adding their own bit in. So it's a whole mixture, but it's uniquely American because of that melting pot in America. That's what
Can
I'm
I
saying.
say something? I think moving away from the which is taking over conversation onto the the origin of Afrobeat that we're switching to. I think what started this, or let me say what's really heated up this particular conversation is when Mufasa came on and asked a question. And from what I listened to, I think Mufasa, I would say unintentionally misunderstood what Chrissy said. Chrissy said that in the comment section, people were saying Afrobeat came from hip hop. What she said is Afrobeat did not come from hip hop. Afrobeat was influenced by hip hop, and that is true. Afrobeat was influenced by hip hop, but hip hop was not the only
Dancehall.
music. Hip hop was not the only music that influenced Afrobeat. If you listen to Larry earlier on and Ibarra, in Larry's words, he said his is not really. I don't know how he really put it, but he kind of said like, we the millennials are not even talking about the Nigerian musicians that even came before the modern day Afrobeat, and that's true. There's the Daddy Showcase, right? There is the Sunnier Days. There is even like Flavor, for example. Flavor Nabania, he doesn't sing Afrobeat, right? He was influenced by High Life, which originally came from Ghana. So Afrobeat is a mixture of several black music. So it's not only coming from hip hop. So that's why
My question
If I can add, Michelle, to
is
what you're saying.
Afrobeat taking over hip hop?
That's
Yeah,
why
and what are we using to say
that's
is
why
taking
Chrissy
over?
was saying.
Hold on. One
Michelle,
mic.
if I can
Hold
add.
on. One mic. Mufasa. I'm
No,
asking
I
Mufasa.
was adding to his question. How
No,
are
but
we determining it's taking over?
Mufasa. Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm Mufasa. I know you're up on hip hop. You're up on Afrobeats. The current projection globally, not just America, globally, because you travel too, Mufasa, is Afrobeat. The projection is on now, taking over hip hop. What are your thoughts, Mufasa?
I don't see that. I definitely see it gaining a lot of ground. But when I look at the charts, I don't really see like Burna Boy is the hottest Afrobeats musician, and he has
Okay,
a fresh
Mufasa.
album.
Let me interject. What charts are you looking at?
The United States, UK.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Mufasa. I promise you, I'm not trying to be a smart ass. All right, I promise you, I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I mean, the U.S. and the U.K. are only two countries on the planet. I'm talking globally,
Right.
not just the U.S. and the U.K.
Okay. Well, give me some other countries then, like main hubs. The reason.
Okay. Let's deal like
U.S. is
so our brother Serge is in Greece. He said Greece Afrobeats. There's another dude on here that said he was in Sweden. He said Afrobeats. I'm all over Africa now. So literally, when I first started going to Africa, they were listening to damn Tupac and 50 Cent. Now, nothing but Afrobeat. In Senegal, they speak French and Wolof. They are singing the English lyrics to Davido and Burna Boy.
All right, let's look at Greece. Let's go to Greece. I'm at the top 40 on Greece. I'm looking here.
Let me just tell you, Dynast.
I don't see it.
Black French music is more popular in Senegal than Afrobeats. People like Aya Nakamura, people like Niska, some of these French music is more popular in Senegal than Afrobeats.
Elvis, when's the last time you were in Senegal?
I've never been there, but I've seen it. I've seen the Senegal charts.
I just arrived back from Senegal a week ago. I'm gonna tell you what they listen to in Senegal. They listen to Afrobeats and they listen to the what's the damn Senegalese singer?
Youssef N'Dour.
Youssef N'Dour. That's what they
Okay,
listen to.
Dynast,
No,
I can
but I'm
answer.
telling you, they
I can,
listen to French,
I'm looking at the
French
top
rap
chart.
and French
Elvis,
pop music as
I don't
well.
see any Afrobeats in Greek.
Elvis. Listen, let me tell you something about French hip hop scene, because I don't know how much you listen to the French hip hop, but I grew up on that. Je parle très bien
I
français.
listen to a lot of French hip hop music.
Okay,
That's my
beautiful,
favorite kind of
beautiful.
music I listen to
Oh,
actually.
okay, beautiful, beautiful. So let me tell you something. French hip hop, you understand, during the 2000s was doing great, but it practically died because there wasn't any marketing, like there wasn't any marketing budget. Like the guys were hustling just to,
Let me ask you a
keep the
question. What's the biggest French rap star right now?
The biggest French rap star right now. Well,
That nobody listens to, Elvis.
No,
Nobody
hold on.
listens
I
to
want to see if he
no,
knows
listen,
this.
listen. You talk about Niska. You talk about, you didn't even mention Nino. Nino for me right now is the person that would take the crown
No,
from
no, no.
Buba.
It's Damso.
Listen,
It's Damso.
no,
Before then,
listen.
it was Booba.
Damn, so okay, Dinas, let me tell this guy something. Damso, by the way, he's not French. He's Belgian. Okay, Damso is from Belgium.
Yeah,
He's
well,
not
originally
French.
he's from Congo, but
No, I'm not talking about his origin. I'm talking about where he is right now, where he's doing music. His nationality, his passport is Belgian. He's Congolese. Niska is Congolese. Nino is Congolese.
I know that.
Aya Nakamura, I think she's from Mali or something like that.
She's from Mali, yeah.
Aya Nakamura, what she does is Afrobeat. Nino, all their music right now, I'm telling you, Diners, go and listen to it. It is practically Afrobeat, and the Afrobeat that was influenced with a little bit of that
You said
dancehall,
Neo or Niska?
Pardon?
You said Nino or Niska? Who's Afrobeat?
I said the French.
Niska is more American hip hop than Neo, who does a little bit of singing and a little bit of rapping.
No, maybe the songs you've listened to. I'll invite you to listen
Niska
to
is
more
not
of their
Afrobeat.
songs.
He's more American rap. That gangster rap. That's what he goes
No,
after.
listen.
So
Okay,
stop it.
okay. Just check the song Mobali. Check the song Mobali.
That's his old stuff. We're talking about his new stuff right now. His more popular stuff.
No, but those are their hit songs, bro. Practically Afrobeat, Afro trap created by MHD. You know MHD, right? That
From
is
Guinea,
what
yeah, I know
life.
MHD from Guinea, yeah.
Of course, that is what gave French music its boost to come up. Booba, all of them, they're doing
Booba is
songs.
from
Even
Senegal.
of course,
from
even,
Senegal,
you
right?
see, even Fally Ipupa, the guy you love so much, Booba did, the song with him,
Kimani.
Kimani. Isn't that, you understand? So the Afro beats practically gave life back. Even like this, I
But
don't
is
know.
Fally Ipupa music Afrobeat or is it Soukous mixed with rumba?
Okay, Fally Ipupa's music is very mixed. And you see, Fally Ipupa is not very much appreciated by the Congolese. Congolese are very.
He's one of the biggest Congolese artists in Congo and in France.
Elvis, can I explain something to you? If you ask Congolese people between Ferregola and Fally, who do they love? They will tell you they love Ferregola.
There's nuance. They will tell you Fally rides the beats better, but Ferregola is the better singer. They'll tell you that.
Yes. Oh, no, listen, let me explain why I'm telling you that. Congolese people,
better.
Yes, Congolese people are very, very, how can I say, they're very traditional. They are like Republicans. They don't like all the switching and all. They want the rumba, the original rumba. You understand? So Fally Ipupa for them is like he's gone pop. You understand? It's like, most people will tell you, man, I don't like this. It's too pop. The one on the ground. Fally Ipupa has gone pop. Fally Ipupa has learned to diversify.
Besides me and you, how many people on this platform listen to Congolese music or rumba or Fally Ipupa?
I do.
Okay, just the three of us.
Okay. Oh, let's pass the mic. Let's pass the mic. Go ahead, Lozy.
Okay, thank you, Dynasty. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
All right, just to greet everyone on the panel. I'm gonna be quick, Dynasty, but I just had to call because I wanted to address what Queen Nigeria said. I'm gonna be quick because I think I need to put a clarity on this. I think it was you, my sister Queen Nigeria, who mentioned something about Nigerians and Ghanaians being killed and targeted in South Africa. I know where the context.
No, come on, Lozy. Lozy, listen, we can do a separate show on xenophobia. We can do a separate show.
But let me clear that because it's not true. So I need to speak for my country. Look, Dynasty, it's not fair to be painting my country with such, and then I cannot come here and clarify it. Just give me that space in respect to respond to that, because that's the name of our country. So there's no list. You can check on Google or anywhere you can do research. There's no Nigerians or Ghanaians who were killed in South Africa in any attack of so-called xenophobic. The people who are were mostly affected were Zimbabweans and Mozambicans, our neighboring countries. Just to clear on that. So I'll just touch on this music a topic for the Afrobeat and hip hop anyway. I think it's true. Afrobeat is gaining the momentum at the moment because hip hop is already a music that is global. It's been known for the past 40 years. It's been the global the representation. So Afrobeat is new. It's attracting. I think it's mostly with the diaspora communities, but it's also now getting into the natives and other races as well. Here in South Africa, I also saw the rise of Afrobeats with the Nigerians that started to flock into South Africa. So most of the times it was played with where the communities with the large population of Nigerians, but now I think it's also like moving to the natives as well. South Africans do support Afrobeat. So the question is Afrobeats taking over hip hop? Now that question can go deeper, because if you look at hip hop stayed longer because the system of America, looking at economy and just the global system that America it's presenting in looking at the media. So the hip hop artists had more foundation and to stand longer because of the fundings and stuff, and being able to sell around the world and make more profits. Now, the case for Africa, in particular Nigeria, countries like Congo, South Africa, Mali, Ivory Coast, it wasn't the same. They had to work with little they had. Sometimes they had to sell themselves to these Western labels that rip them off. So now the question is, will Afrobeat sustain itself if it takes over hip hop, because they don't have the same basis as the American system? Now, looking at the future and how technology moves now, the Afrobeat is surviving through the social medias. I see that's where the trends are taking ground most of the times. They are all over TikTok, YouTube. They're gaining more momentum, as it said. So in the near future, the field will be more open. It won't just be America being the central, UK being the central that hold globe at the ransom, and then they the only ones who can what is the word, who can supply the music to the world. Now we're gonna have social medias that can actually all artists around the world can come and compete fairly. So at the moment, I do see Nigerian artists. They are the biggest, like Burna Boy in Africa now. It's all thanks to also Nigerians and the West Africans, especially the diaspora community. They did really push their culture and their music in that sense. So yeah, I'll agree to that. They're taking momentum, but I'm not sure if that will be sustainable for the longest time, like hip hop.
And then how is it doing outside Africa? I don't want to take Ngoto's turn, but my thing is we got to look at charts outside Africa, right? So in Africa and where the Africans are, this is where we're seeing it gain steam. But is it having an impact outside Africa? And we have the ability to look at charts. So when I have this discussion with people, I'm like, can we look at some charts?
Sorry to cut you off. So we just looked at the UK chart, and Burna Boy has 2 songs in the top 25.
Yeah, one of them features Ed Sheeran, who is a UK superstar, and then he's the top artist in Afrobeat, and he has a major following in the UK, and he just has 2. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like just like in America, a lot of songs, have been blown by major artists that have been featured on. So I don't see the question is a song on the Billboard? Yes, it's on the Billboard. So why
are we talking Afrobeats or Burna Boy, brother? That's one artist. So it take the top one artist, and then that's it.
Okay, listen, right? Essence was a song of the summer. You saw Diddy, you saw everybody listening and playing Essence. Essence was nominated for the Grammy. The Emmy or something. I don't know. Was it the Emmy or something?
Essence broke Afrobeat with a lot of people. Like for
yeah.
me, I've been screaming from the top rooftops about Afrobeat for the past like 3 or 4 years.
Okay. So my brother Shabazz,
Go ahead.
Okay, my brother Shabazz, let me say this. Essence was a great song, right? We all love Essence, right? It did great, just like Jerusalem.
But
But you
that
didn't
song was
see,
carried by Thames. Essence was carried by Thames mostly.
listen, I don't listen, carried by
Uh,
Temple. No, come on, man.
Is Thames
It
not
was
an
a great
Afrobeat
song.
singer?
It was a great song, right? Just like Jerusalem. I could say Jerusalem, when Jerusalem came out, that was the biggest song on the planet. And this guy didn't have a marketing budget. He did a great song and it blew up. But guess what? Did Jerusalem win the Grammy? No. Did Essence win the Grammy? No. And the people that won the Grammy are people like nobody knows their song. So when you talk about the billboards, brother Shabazz, we are black people. Let's get to understand the fact that these things are just machines that you can pay for. We and just amongst us, like let's try to see what people that have been here before us, that have been in the music industry, have called this thing out. Like you can buy those things. Burna Boy right now is doing amazing, and that is also because he has a very good team. His mother is doing an amazing job of promoting Burna Boy. The song, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That song came out almost 6 months. People loved it, and that was it. Nobody was. But when Kanye West released his album, yeah, it helped that song give it a boost. And Burna Boy's mother took over his management, and she did what she was supposed to do to promote her song, to open the doors for him to have interviews, and the song took off. Why? Because it was a great song. But you always need to be able to promote your product. So for me, Billboard
And
shouldn't be a reference
who do they
to.
go to for features and stuff like that? Do they go to other
okay,
Afrobeats
okay, hold
artists,
on, hold on.
or
Let's
they go to
hold on.
American artists?
I want to do this. I want to pass the NGTO 92. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Dennis, can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So I wanted to start from the beginning with Elvis saying that other countries, well, Congolese music or whatever is more, prosper than Afrobeat.
No. He said Amapiano is better.
No, I said
He said it's
Congolese
the best.
rumba, South African house music is more musically enjoyable for me
You
than
said it's
Afrobeats.
the best. That's you use the word
No,
best.
That's what I said.
Okay.
he actually said
So
he said
You use the
house
word
music.
best.
He did not, guys. Wait. He said
Okay,
house
okay.
music.
Hold on. Yeah. Go ahead, NGTO 92. Go ahead.
So I wanted to say something about Congolese music. We all know who Koffi Olomide is. We've been knowing him even in Africa. However, he made the biggest music ever last year, but for some reason he never went viral. You want to know why? Because he speaks French.
Exactly.
Congolese speaks French. Right now, as Black folks, especially us African people, we're already forced to speak the white man's language, which is English. Now you want us to listen to a French music, right? It's like we're being double choked with the foreign, with the Western languages, while we have our own languages to speak, right? They have Lenga, they have Swahili. The only
Lingala,
person that
not
I would
Linga.
say, and Linga, and then now I feel like the only person that's speaking, singing in Swahili is Diamond Platinum, right? That's the only man that I give it up to, and the Nigerian artist. But
Well,
everyone
because
else speaks French. Everybody else speaks French. We're already trying to get rid of the English language and
who's trying to
replace
get
it.
rid of the English language?
We want to, as us African people, we want to get rid. That's why they're making it easier
Back.
for people
And what are we going to speak as Africans, as a
Elvis,
collective?
can I finish talking, please? They're trying to replace it with Swahili. Remember,
Okay.
they make that situation as an option for people to learn how to speak Swahili, so that way we can communicate as African people. That's why they did that. Two, for Mufasa that says that Africa or Afrobeat is not, or that hip hop didn't influence Afrobeat. First of all, Africa actually influenced jazz, technically, right? There was a video, the same thing with like breakdancing and everything. There was a video that showed in 1950 where breakdancing in northern Nigeria, right, before it even broke in 1970 in Bronx, New York. So I don't understand how you influenced us when we gave you the idea
Okay,
in the first place. And then
sister, talking about the breakdancing, I'll invite everybody here to check Bikutsi in Cameroon and to check the Bassa traditional dance. It is practically breakdancing, belly dancing, and everything. And these are dances that have been
I mean,
existing
it's
for.
just
Are
like
you a Bassa from Cameroon? Are you a
one
Bassa from
second,
Cameroon?
you guys,
No,
one second.
no, I'm from Bamenda, but I know, like, I've lived in Douala, which is practically, Douala is, the Doualas, the Sawas, and the Bassas. So, Hemleje,
My
Hemle.
uncle who is a Liberian Bassa
You
married a
guys, one
Cameroonian Bassa,
second,
just to
please.
say that.
Yeah,
One
I just,
second.
I just,
Can I
I just
finish?
realized, I didn't know that there were Bassas in Liberia. I saw that 2 days ago, and I was so
Yeah,
amazed.
we know
That
that. We know
says a
that
lot
history.
about the African roots.
No, but
Yeah.
my issue.
Joel
Can I
MB is
finish?
Bassa. Joel
Can
MB
I
is
finish?
Bassa from Cameroon as
Yes,
well.
indeed,
let her finish,
indeed,
bro.
indeed, yes.
NGTO, please go ahead.
Okay. And then to Mufasa that says that Afrobeat is only just within US and America and UK. Dennis, I'm sure you have a YouTube page, right? If you type in Afrobeat reaction from the Latino communities, from the Pakistan communities, even
Yeah,
from the
I already
Asian
know. I already
communities,
know.
they
I
listen to
already
you
know. I
right
already know.
now.
But again, they're
Right
going off
now,
of if it's but the problem is people are going off of if it's not on a chart in the UK or America, it doesn't exist. Which is
of course, it's
just
not going to exist because
Well,
it's
no, we're
coming from
saying taking
Africa.
over though, Dinus. If we're saying taking over,
but I'm
It
saying
will take
taking,
over,
like as
Mufasa.
far as
It
taking
will
in
definitely take over.
progress.
In the next 5-10 years, it will definitely take over. And the reason
Oh,
why
yeah.
is because Africa, right now, Africa's population is increasing by every 2 minutes. Our population is increasing by every 2 minutes. Why do you think that European are saying that Africa is the problem? Because of our population. More people are creating, more talent is being created. Why do you think the Nigerian banned foreign models and everything? Because they want everything to come from us as African people, as Nigerian people.
all right.
They
So on
Yeah,
the
it's not
topic
it's
of
not going to take over anytime soon, sister.
let me respond.
NGTO,
On the
I do
topic
agree.
of
NGTO, I
go
do
ahead,
agree with a lot of the things you said. But what I do have I kind of sort of disagree with is the issue of was it Fally Pupa you mentioned? I don't believe it could be for other reasons. Maybe because this is not just the era where it's that kind of music is popular anymore. But I don't believe the music didn't go viral recently because it was French. Because I mean, growing up in
It's not even
Nigeria.
French. It's
Well,
Lingala
can I
he's singing.
finish? Can I
It's
finish,
Lingala,
please?
not French.
Okay, listen. She said French. That was what she said. If you go back and listen, she said it's not going viral because it's French, right? Now, let's say it's French or Lingala, right? Growing up in Nigeria, right, we used to mostly listen to Congolese music and dance. That
Right.
was Congolese music alongside that, the Shoki music. They were around the same period. I mean, it went viral there. They didn't speak English, but it still went viral. I just think it's just because
Right.
this is not the time where that music is as popular. I think it's a
Ye-
time situation.
Yes,
yeah.
sister.
And
I'll just add to that. I'll
sorry,
just
sorry.
add to that.
Let me respond real
I'll
quick.
just add to that. If you
Well,
permit.
hold on. One mic. Hold on, one mic. Let's pass it up. Mufasa.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
what I was
Mufasa.
gonna say is you can't say number one, in the 50s, we didn't really have access to watch what they were doing in Africa. The roots of breakdance are African because we are African, right? We were doing breakdancing style type of moves before it came out, before breakdancing itself came out in the 70s. So it doesn't really make any sense to say we got it from you. No, we carried it with us, right?
Exactly, Mufasa. I respect what you just said, and I would say I'll take this. There's this traditional dance I saw in Ivory Coast. The leg works. I mean, I don't know how to explain that, but it was quite similar to a lot of
Yeah,
leg
that's
work.
the Goro people dance. Yeah.
Yes. So I made this comment, and a lot of people, a lot of FBA people came at me. I was like, damn, it's so amazing to see how, you know, I could watch guys from Chicago doing this dance and having somebody in Ivory Coast that doesn't even know what is happening overseas doing the same dance. I was like, blood is thicker than water. And a lot of people came, oh, what do you mean?
No,
So you mean you created?
it's not the same dance, brother. That's a traditionally spiritual dance. It's not the same kind of dance with the
Listen,
footwork.
well, what I'll tell you is go and watch the dance. Listen, there are different types of break dance, but there is something that is like a core to it.
So I saw a lot of similarities. I didn't say it's the same. I saw similarities. So that is what I'm saying. And when the sister talk about the Ndombolo and the French, Ndombolo had this run where Kofi Olomide and Papa Wemba and JP Piana, they were dominating the charts. But guess what? That wasn't the time where we had internet and everything. So they did their run. Fally Ipupa was the last person of that batch, and that has tried to maintain to now. So I think everybody has its run.
Yeah.
And even
Let me-
after the Ndombolo, we had the Ivorians that took over with Coupe de Calais. And I will invite
And
you to go and watch.
Mapuka music as well.
Yes, Mapuka came, then you had
No, no,
Coupe de
no,
Calais.
no, no. I think it was just Coupe de Calais. You know, Mapuka
Yes.
didn't take over nothing. I don't think so.
Yes, Mapuka was popular, but it didn't take over like Coupe de Calais
Like
with
Coupe de Calais, yeah.
yes, with the jet sets. And I'll invite you to check out this guy, DJ Arafat. He died in an accident. This guy,
That's my That's my kinsman right there, DJ Alpha.
listen, DJ Arafat was, I will tell you, that guy to the French Africa was like Michael Jackson. I'm talking.
This is the thing.
Okay.
This is the thing I wanted to say. The reason I brought up those certain countries is when it comes to the music, right? When you go to Africa, Afrobeats is dominating, especially Nigerian music. It's dominating, like no question about it. But the thing about it is, somebody was mentioning a second ago how the population is growing, but there's no money really in those populations.
That's what you think.
Western populations.
That is what
you think. That is what you think.
America has 20 trillion in its economy. That's way more than.
He's right. What are you talking about? That's what he thinks. He's right.
That's what I'm saying. So
Let me give you a perfect example. Let me give you a perfect example. No, let me give you a perfect example. Dennis, you have Google, right? Type in the highest paid African president that gets paid more than America. It's coming from Cameroon.
We're talking about the economy, not
that's corruption.
We're talking about the consumers.
Mufasa, I got to push back though. Even though, I mean, Africa, you were saying the people. I know what you're trying to say. People still spend money on entertainment.
No, but they have nowhere near the money. See, listen, music for the most part, it's good. You use the music to sell things to other people, right? When people things are playing, you got to advertise to people. Who cares?
Mufasa, can I assist you?
Elvis.
I just think it's different over there. I think these people just want to consume the music and have fun. Like you ain't got to push Baby Fat.
Dynasty, can I please assist you?
Well, hold on. Let's do this. We're about to close out. So I want PH, and I gotta let Frenchie.
Dennis, can I just say something, please?
You can't. We gotta pass it. Hold on. We gotta pass it to PH, and we gotta pass it to Frenchie. Go ahead, PH. Go ahead, PH. Okay, I don't know. All right, go ahead, Frenchie.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hey. We hear you loud and clear, Frenchie. You sound so beautiful. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say to Serge, but he's gone off now, that the Jerusalem song didn't go viral because of the person that created it. It went viral because of the plate dance that was created by the Angolan dancers. That's all I wanted to say, basically, that he was wrong about that.
And that's South African music. That was a pretty good song, better than most of these Afrobeat songs.
I mean, listen,
and to be honest, a lot of African Africa got influenced from Lagbaja, Sonia De Osadebe. A lot of these and then also Mufasa said that when you listen to Afrobeat, you don't really hear the African roots. Well, I'm going to list to you a lot of the list of Africans that you can actually listen to where you will hear the African roots. The reason why they can't really
traditional African songs.
Exactly. I can list those.
Okay, yeah.
However, with Afrobeat, we can't bring those over to America or UK because one, the pronunciations of the languages will be hard for you guys to pronounce. It would get to the point that you would then start saying, okay, what are they saying? Right? But for some reason, no, you don't.
We definitely still don't know what y'all saying.
But for some reason you can pick up Igbo and Shayo, right? From last. Exactly.
I can, but I'm telling Americans, they just like the song, you know what I mean? But go ahead.
They like the beat. They like the beat of it, not the words.
They like the easy words that they can catch or the beat. Now, when we start to sing Obey Siri or Obey Chief Commander Obey or King Song in a Day, where they're speaking in the actual or Sadebe when they're speaking in Igbo and Yoruba and everything, it's going to be hard for you to pick up. Now we're also having issues with the Caribbeans now because apparently with the carnival they played Afrobeat and they didn't like that. So it's becoming I feel like with Africa, you know, with the whole Afrobeat situation, we're going to take a lot of heat because we're coming from Africa. It's the sound is coming from Africa,
it's gonna get
right?
through. I think you bring a good point. Like Essence did well because Essence, it had an R&B feel to it, and it was not hard to understand. The hook, right? People got to be able to sing the hook. When you don't understand the hook, it's really hard for the song to catch because you can't sing the hook. So when they
that means that Afrobeat is going to get watered down to be Americanized or Englishnized.
It's going to get watered down, but it's still, like I said, they still have a sound. It'll get a little bit watered down, but that doesn't mean it's not going to make it.
Mufasa, can I respond to what you were saying about Africans having money to buy music or to support this artist? I want to agree with you because you were right, and people didn't agree with you. They just need to check the wealth of our biggest stars on the continent. You look at artists like Wizkid, who's been in a game for like 15 years, probably, or 10 at the global level. They're on average, these guys, they've got less than $30 million US of wealth, and that's nothing compared to American artists. It just shows you that, as Africans now economically, we are not that stable as well to support our own artists as a continent. And I agree, you were 100% right on it. So your point was very correct, because even our biggest artists like Burna Boy, and then I think Akon is also listed as an African artist, is just having like a net worth of $80 million US, and that's probably the richest African artist. So we have got a problem.
They need African Americans to start bumping this music. That's why I was happy when Essence came out. But it's just not making the right impact, bro. Like I just had my family reunion. I was asking all my little cousins in high school about Afrobeats. Like they're not really bumping it yet. Right. And the main people who set the trends is from 15 to about 25. If they're not playing it in heavy rotation, they said they recognize it from some TikTok songs, but they're still focusing on these other artists. If they could get the African American to co-sign it, I think it'll take off to like another level.
And in order for that to happen, it's going to get watered down. It's going to get watered down.
Yeah. For Mufasa to say that, but they need African Americans. A lot of African Americans are not going to want to pass it down because they feel like it's going to replace hip hop.
They don't care about that shit. That's just FBA nonsense. Nobody really cares about that.
Yeah,
we're not. African Americans are not in some like. I just left my family reunion. There's like hundreds of us there, maybe not hundreds, but around 100 of us. Nobody said nothing about Africa until they came to talk to me. Like nobody's.
Yeah, but Mufasa,
they don't care.
Mufasa, I don't think the artists.
But listen, we could do a part 2. We got to close out. We've been here 3 hours, but hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining.
I really want to.
Okay, we'll do a part 2. No problem. We'll do it tomorrow, guys. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, Family Dynasty, Search for Uhuru. Peace.